welcome to Happy Jack's Actual Plays. Folks, this is Mausritter RPG, and we are playing an all-original adventure called What About Bobs?
I'm sorry, Bill just went to a rave that he didn't tell me about over here.
It just went in my head all the time.
Like, what?
I enjoyed it.
Where?
Oh my gosh, it is a rave in my mind at all times. Folks, we are so excited to be here, so excited to see you all here. Wow, thank you for coming back, for joining us. So, with me in the studio are some delightful and fantastic mouse heroes. Mouse heroes, could you go around and introduce yourselves? Starting with our absolutely stellar in-house studio producer.
Did you press start this? Just
I did. I'm actually checking everything.
Yes.
We're a little hot, so we're gonna take it down a tid.
Okay.
We are a little hot.
Well, we're
It's
pretty
true.
hot.
Well, I mean, we're hot. At least we're not on fire. Hey.
Hey. Too soon.
Never too soon. Gallows humor. Get into it. So, hi. I am Joey. He, him pronouns, and I am playing Bob Hope. Also, he, him pronouns. And I am the sweet little mousy boy who just wants to go on a big adventure, as opposed to me, who is an absolute trash monster.
Gorgeous.
Thanks, Bible. Hi everyone, I'm Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and I am back playing Bob and Lure, who uses he, they pronouns, who is a river raft mouse without a raft. R.I.P. Gertrude.
Aww. Would you say somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight?
That's for the
Maybe your raft is there in delight. Hi, everybody. I am still Terry Gamble. Yep, that Terry Gamble. And the Terry Gamble. That's right. They, them, and then I'm playing the lovely, Bobby Socks or Bobby Socks. And that's a he, they, I think, and then, or he, him, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. He's a cute little mouse. And I don't know what else to say. What else are you supposed to say?
You're doing great.
Oh my God, great. Okay, thanks. I'm going to pass it on to 303.
Hey, everybody. This is Bill Roper, he, him pronouns, and I play Bob 303. Who's also a he, him, a sad him. Is sad a pronoun? I think in this case.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now.
It's been mine for a while. I forgot to say that.
And he's just a little mouse that has a dark past that we don't really know exactly everything that happened, but it wasn't good, and it continues to not be good. Life's an experiment. Get over it.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh my God, the levels we are going on.
We're
already.
fine. We're great here.
Thanks,
How are
everybody.
you?
How are you?
Studio. And folks, I am your Bob Keeper, your mousy friend. Artem, my pronouns are he and they. So excited to be back here. Folks, for those of you who have maybe missed a couple of live streams, look, there have been some very dramatic things happening in LA. And our hearts and thoughts and wishes all go out to the people who are struggling right now in the wake of the LA fires that are ongoing. These are overwhelming times and really dramatic and really hard for a lot of folks. So you, proud, incredible listeners, viewers, you beautiful humans out there, you can help out. Go on Instagram, go on Mutual Aid LA. There's so many different resources out there. You can help out. Chip in $5. If you're near a fire relief center, stop by, drop off some tampons, drop off some N95 masks. Every little bit counts because it is helping people who are displaced.
Paper, everything.
Everything. I think we're maxed out on clothing, but I can't.
No
speak
more
for
clothes, but
everybody.
absolutely fresh things that you go
Fresh
to the
things.
store and bring over.
Consumables.
And then also, like, there's been book drives and stuff like that for kids because a lot of kids have lost their everything.
Their
So
whole schools, their
schools, school
everything.
districts, I
Yeah.
know, like Pasadena School District and Altadena and all that stuff too. So check it out.
Yeah.
Also, pro tip, if you're going to go and donate anything, and this comes from Elspeth, my wife, because she figured this out when she was doing volunteer work, can openers. Because people donate so many cans of
Canned
food.
goods.
Smart.
And you're like, if you've lost everything, you
don't have a
don't have a
can
way to
opener.
get into that delicious food that maybe somebody's
Yeah.
donated. So can openers is an amazing thing to drop off, and you will blow their minds when you do it,
brilliant.
because they're like, oh my gosh, yes. So
Yeah. So, folks, from monetary donations to something as, a non sequitur and inconsequential as a can opener actually makes a huge difference. So,
Yeah.
And
And-
this is a good time to also check your emergency preparedness kit.
mhm.
Yes.
that's, yes,
Huge.
strong.
Do
strong,
it.
strong, 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 yes.
Do it.
So, thank you for joining us. We are excited to bring the warmth, the love, the excitement, the mystery and adventure of this game, and we're excited that you're back with us. So, folks, I think we're due for a little recap.
Are
shall
we?
Oh my God!
As a treat?
Please,
Here
give
we
me a
go.
little treat, little
Mine.
treat.
Here we go. Here comes the recap train, folks. Chug a recap.
Warming it up. Chug and chug.
It's got those shoulders into it. Put your back into it. Get it, Arnold.
All right. So, folks, let's just bring everybody up to speed. We kicked this show off in the beautiful little town of Bobvilla. During the celebration of Bobsgiving, the most beautiful, most gratitude-filled holiday of the year, where we met all of our fantastic heroes. But Bobsgiving was interrupted by two unprecedented events. One, the great chunk of cheese that was unraveled for the great cheese feast. Once opened, out of the cheese fell out an unconscious mouse that only spoke in squeaks and Steves. That's right. This mouse was only able to squeak or say its own name, Steve. Peculiar, yes, but that's not the only weird thing. The second weird thing that happened is the appearance of a bunch of snakes. Our wonderful heroes dealt with the snakes, and in the process discovered the snakes were enchanted, bewitched, bewildered somehow. Their eyes were glowing. Their eyes were glowing. Something was up with these snakes. And only after defeating the biggest one of the snakes did our heroes discover that actually this might have been like a parent snake, and that the other two were babies.
It became apparent.
It became apparent that this
But
was
it was
Very
the
good.
family. Oh.
So what's going on with the snakes? What's the Steve doing here? Now, a little theme that got introduced there was rumblings. That's right. There were rumblings all over the Fairwilds. Bob and Lore, our resident ferry boat person, was talking about how the water feels sad and strange. Our fungus farmer, Bobby SOCKS, was talking about how the shrooms in the ground have been rumbling. And on top of that, the elder Bob had spoken recently to the local neighbors, the moles, who are heretofore after canonically named the Benfolds. And the Benfolds reported that there were also odd rumblings that started happening after a strange patch of mushrooms and a glowing stone were discovered inside their tunnels. Now, our brave heroes, believing that there's no such thing as coincidences in tabletop role-playing games, decided that the Steve, the snakes, and the rumblings in the mole tunnels were all somehow connected, and they decided to explore the Benfolds tunnels. And therein was a dark and loud series of events. First of all, the tunnels were pitch black. Second of all, the tunnels were as loud as like a 90s London rave, okay? Things were bumping. It was crazy. They ran into a giant mole.
That's where
They
that
took
rave was.
swipes at him. He's always in a rave state of mind.
Raving.
There were three rooms that something strange was happening from. There was a room from which a rhythmic thumping was coming from. There's another room where chaotic and like creepy cackling was coming from. How do we like that alliteration? Chaotic,
Creepy what?
Chaotic, creepy cackling.
Honestly, yes. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Hold on.
That is
Yeah,
very
thank you.
core, actually.
Uh-huh.
Check. And a third room from which we heard a doleful jingle, kind of a song that was particularly loud and kept being sung over and over and over again. And that was the room, the room that our mice decided to explore and discovered a bunch of moles that had been taken over by mushrooms. There were 4 moles that were becoming possessed by the mushrooms, and a fifth mole, Benfolds the fifth, who was almost entirely overtaken by mushrooms. Was half mushroom, half mole. A huge fight ensued. Bob Hope went down. Bob and Lore went down. Bobby Socks barely got out of there. The very, very tenacious and clever Bob 303 was able to skitter out of there and was able to grab this glowing stone that was mentioned before. Turns out that this glowing stone was the Truffle of True Talk, a magical fungi that allowed Bob 303 to speak, that would allow Bob 303 or anybody using or consuming this truffle to speak to anything. And so Bob 303 spoke to the mushrooms themselves. And the mushrooms, kind of like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, there's the mushroom mother, there's the mushroom mother's children, there's the Myconid network. It kind of a strange, omnipotent, both everywhere and singular, this creature, Bob 33, was able to communicate and kind of make a pact. And once making that pact with this mushroom myconid mother, did the 4 somewhat still sentient moles, half mole, half mushroom critters, were able to bring up Bob Hope, rescue Bob and Lore, bring them topside, as the rest of the mushrooms that had happened in this hole burned. A lot of stuff has happened, and now we find ourselves in the morning after Bobsgiving. Wow, it truly feels like we packed in 3 months worth of life into an evening. But all of this has happened during the course of Bobsgiving. And so it's the morning after Bobsgiving, and we bring our action forward now to Elder Bob's nook. Elder Bob's just waking up. She's hung over to the high heavens. Bob Hope happens to be there. And sort of, I think, to speed things up, but also prompt how you got there. But I think Bobby SCKS has also made their way over to Elder Bob's nook.
Yep.
And most prominently, the big beefy mole that had first confronted you in the tunnels has arrived and seems to be full of apologies, and is ready to give you an explanation as to what the heck happened down in the tunnels. And that's where we begin our session
That
today.
was incredible.
Amazing.
A tour de
Amazing.
force.
Wow.
Great. Well, my lovely Bobs, what would you all like to do?
Do we want to talk about what the mole has to say? Because I have notes, maybe, if I can read them. Never mind. It's useless.
So I'm sure they're perfect and immaculate. It was just last year, you know.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
all.
of course.
Last year's
That's all.
notes. Oh, I guess this wasn't last year's note.
No, it
Anyways,
was this
here
year.
we
It
go.
was like a year ago.
It was
feels
the
like.
day
You're right.
after January 6th.
Ben Folds the first is here in
so
the
sorry.
nook. He's so sorry. He looks at you, Bobby SOC Cass. He looks at you, Bob Hope. And he says, it was terrible down there. If it wasn't for you, we were done for. Gosh, well, for the last couple of days we've had this music has been playing nonstop, but we couldn't tell what it was. But Ben Folds the fifth, you know, always been obsessed with music.
Oh, yeah.
Here's this music coming from one corner of the tunnels. Goes to it. Reports back that there's a mushroom patch with a glowing rock in it.
Soul Patch.
The soul patch. Oh, I don't know anything about that. The soul patch.
Oh, I think that's what I might have called it. I don't know.
Well, Bobby Socks is a rather expert on the mushrooms. Perhaps they have more insight on this.
What do you want to know?
Well, I want to know everything because these mushrooms, they had a baleful song.
Yeah, they couldn't stop singing.
They couldn't stop singing. And we didn't know what to do because I told Elder Bob that we had this, mushroom patch with the glowing stone, and I thought that was all was going on. But then I went down there and discovered Ben Folds the Fifth wasn't telling me the whole story. Apparently, there was a pigeon that crash landed through a fissure in the ceiling, and with it, the pigeon was carrying 4 mice. Sadly, 3 of those mice died on impact.
Oh, wow.
One of those mice was really badly hurt, but we couldn't get that mouse to talk any sense. It was only able to speak in squeaks and steves. Some of the Ben Folds thought that they would experiment with the mushrooms, so a bunch of them started eating the mushrooms,
Oh, no.
and by golly, were they high as a kite.
It happens
High
sometimes
as
if
a
you
kite. And I
go
don't even know what a
too
kite
far.
is. It was just so high.
Yeah, no, I don't even. I don't either.
Yeah,
I also
so high.
I also don't know what that means.
Just out of their gourds, out of their minds.
Sure.
And
Oh
they
yeah. They may not seem like they're here in this plane.
Well, they were talking about these visions they were getting from the mushrooms. That the
Mhm.
mushrooms were talking to them about things. Soul patch. I have to ask them. Maybe they. Maybe
What did they
know about
see?
it.
What do you think they saw?
I could
Did-
not.
You
well,
couldn't make out what they were saying.
Well, I couldn't make out anything what they were saying because the song just kept getting louder and louder. It was maniacal. And then it truly, if you didn't arrive, things were about to take a really desperate turn. Without being able to hear, we couldn't really tell where we were. And there was a really tricky turn in one of the tunnels. and a bunch of the bends were just digging in places where they had already dug. The walls were getting thin. We just had a moment to check it over. There is a crack, and it's leaking. If we had spent another day down there, that river would have come right through the wall. That would have been it for all of us. So I don't know what happened, and I'm so sorry of what you went through, because the 4 bends that were overtaken by the Marshals were telling me that they had an absolutely intense and kind of a horrible time, and they were so sorry about that they hurt you, and that they hurt your friend Bob and Lore, and that Bob 303 was able to speak to them through them. We're still trying to make sense of it, but the mouse,
Yeah.
that squeaked that was only able to squeak with Squeaks and Steve's. I think we scared it off. But there was
What, Steve got scared off?
No, I think they're talking about when the pigeon crashed.
Oh,
And the
he
Steve
was
that
the
we
one who
found.
survived.
Yes.
Do you know this mouse?
Steve?
Yes.
Did we tell him we know the mouse?
I believe so.
Hi, we know the mouse.
My hearing is really good, but if you don't feel like you can trust me, that is totally understandable.
No, you seem trustworthy. I just wanted to make sure and check with my friend. I'm so
Well,
sorry.
yes.
If I could offer an offering of
As I
trust
squeal.
to further prove to you that we really truly did not mean this harm. This was a terrible thing that happened to us. We wanted to share some turnips with you. That
Now you're talking.
well, it's the least that we could do. We were really in a tricky spot.
You know
If it
what's
wasn't
really
for
good
you-
with some turnips?
What's that?
Some mushrooms.
Okay.
Perhaps they're a little
We're a little-
wary of mushrooms. at the
I know, no.
moment.
I'm just letting you know. I know some good ones that are just purely for eating, that are not going to take you on a trip of any
Okay.
sort. And maybe with a little bit of cheese on top, grated. It's
Sounds
maybe put into a pie.
Wait, speaking of cheese,
Yeah.
I think the mouse that we scared off, that Squeaky Steve mouse,
Mm-hmm.
ran through. Well, there's a hole that one of the bends made by accident that connected to, I believe, your cheesemonger's.
That's how we
Aged
got
drinking.
in
That's
there.
how it happened.
We during Bobsgiving,
Okay.
there was a mouse and it was Steve. He was stuck in the cheese.
What a crazy coincidence.
Oh my goodness. That's how we got in.
Bob's, thank you so much. Is there any way that
Steve
we
to
can
the cheese. Mm-hmm.
we can help you in any way? We are we'd love to help you with whatever we can. But I don't think we're going to be sticking around for much longer. This was a terrible shock, and we are trying to patch up that crack in the wall, but I don't know. It's shaking all of us a bit. We were thinking of moving it a little bit down.
Are you going further underground?
Well, further away from the river, and maybe further down the ground. But
Honestly,
we're
not a
going-
bad move, but make sure you're reinforcing and double reinforcing wherever you're going if you're going further south. That river, I feel, is ready to spill over and rage.
I understand
sort.
you're wanting to be further away from the water, but I feel like we would fare this better together. We're stronger together.
I'd love to believe that that's true. I think we're just a bit limited on what we're. You know, our hearing is really good, is very keen, and this is such a reminder to us that without our hearing, we became very, very helpless. We'd love to help however we can, but I think I might be outvoted on this one. I think the Ben Folds are ready to start over this.
Go to safety.
Yeah. But we'll help however we can. And again, as I mentioned, we brought tons of turnips, as many as we could round up.
Well, I love that.
Um,
Turning it up while you guys go down. Okay. Sometimes you have to fold the towel and
You mean
Ben
you have to
fold-
know when to hold them, when to fold them,
when to bed
Yep.
fold
and
them.
when to walk
That's right.
away.
They do say that a lot. Well,
I'll
while
take a gamble on that. Mhm.
well, while this is unfolding, why don't we take a little peruse around Bob Villa? What's Bob and Lure and Bob 303 up to?
Now, do we get a night's sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Great. You needed it.
Oh yeah, how does a night's sleep affect our stat damage?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so if you get a nice eating a ration and spending a watch resting will heal all HP. So I think you automatically get that.
Okay.
And then additionally, I believe when you take a long rest, you get to roll a d6 and restore an attribute.
Right. Well, you restore all your hit points.
You restore all
Yeah.
your hit points.
If your hit points are full, so first you restore hit points.
Oh, so I see. So
Right.
it's watch
But then if your hit points are full, which mine were, then I can roll a d. Then you roll a d6, and add that to an attribute that has been.
Okay.
so it's a little incremental. Yeah, first is the
Right.
hit
Yeah.
points.
Yeah. So it can. I mean,
Okay.
depending on how bad you roll, it might take a while.
Yeah.
But I can talk again when I wake up, which
Yeah.
is quite helpful.
That is very helpful.
What do we got? What do we got?
So
Hey, I'll
Hey!
take that down from 7 to 2. Yes.
So wait, is it both or is it just one? Because I restored my hit
I
points.
think Bill's
I think
got the
it's-
yeah,
right
I
you
one.
think
restore your
it's
hit
just
points
one.
first.
Yeah,
right?
one at
Yeah.
a time.
Yeah.
Hit points first.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I restored my hit points. I misunderstood. Okay, so we're still
Right.
at 7,
You restore all your hit points.
but
Yeah.
we will.
Back to
Sorry.
full on hit points.
I'm just waking up.
All right. Bob 33 is waking up. Bob and Lure.
Bob and Lore, after a lovely night of sleeping among all of the din of Bobs telling grand fish stories. Somehow there were fish down in the tunnels with the moles.
mhm.
There were not, audience. But he curled up with his IPA, took a nice little nap. And by nap, I mean slept all night. Woke up at first light and went down to the remains of his little boathouse
Aw.
and using some of the like sticks and things that he has around to repair Gertrude, he starts to lay out a frame and I think starts to piece together the beginnings of his new raft.
Oh, beautiful.
Spent a little time, hangs that beautiful piece that Bob Ross made for him over the threshold of the boathouse.
Oh, amazing. As you're doing that, as you're tidying up in the boathouse and starting to kind of put the pieces back together of your life, who comes to visit you at the boathouse? Who is typically like someone who pops by in the mornings?
I think that there is another Bob, and she comes by with foraged things from nearby on her way back in the morning. That they'll like go up early in the morning and go out and forage, and on her way back come and leave a little bit for Bob and Lore.
And so, at this point, has she stopped by or just drops things off? Or...
I think she has not stopped by yet, and will stop by, and like as the like it starts to become like midday, like mid morning. She's when she tends to show up. She wakes early to go forage, and then comes back before it's high hot sun when all the predators are out and awake.
Amazing. Well, I think as you're kind of poking around, I think maybe she makes her way over. Bobbin.
Oh, hello.
Bobbin. Oh,
How are you? Did you get out all right from everything?
oh yeah.
All right.
Scary stuff.
Big snakes in time.
I've never seen a snake that close up.
I've
It's-
never purposely seen a snake ever.
It's so much bigger than I expected.
I mean, they're big. They're
Yes.
supposedly great bigger snakes way out, far away past the river. But
Bigger than that.
yes, or so I hear.
Bobbin Lar, you're so full of stories.
Well-traveled mice.
That you are. I've always kind of appreciated that you're kind of a mouse of the world.
I try.
Yeah. I think it suits you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Did I notice that you were gone from the festivities last night?
Oh yes, we did a little favor for Elder Bob.
What's the goss? Give me the tea.
Well, we went to go see the bands,
Okay.
and there was some mushrooms and some strange singing, and I don't know if you've heard this, but there's also like a deep lake in with the bands, next to where they keep the turnips and the potatoes.
Did not know this.
When we were down there,
Yeah.
we saw a great ancient fish.
What?
Yeah.
A fish?
Yes. Covered in mushrooms.
Did you? Oh my! A mushroom fish?
Yes.
Bob and Laura, is this true?
It's a little true.
Are you pulling? I'm pulling my paw.
Not completely.
Bob and Laura, your stories excite me, but frighten me a little bit.
As they're supposed to. That's the sea, dear.
I'd love to see the sea sometime, but I'll take your stories for now. Picture a little something.
Oh,
Gives you a little basket of
beautiful.
treats.
Look at these. Ooh. Look at this. A fresh little. And he just fully starts like biting on a little seed or something like that.
There you go. She's kind of looking around. She goes, you know, usually when I'm foraging, I'll see the pigeons come back to roost.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I didn't see them flying up.
You didn't.
No
Well,
pigeons
that's
today.
Strange.
Strange.
There was a pigeon, or a dead one, a bird of some sort.
Did you say a dead pigeon?
Yes.
Dead pigeon. That's not great at all.
No. What could bring one of those down? They're huge.
Bob and Laura. Whatever brought down the pigeon, can you just be careful to just go into completely opposite direction from whatever brought it? Just stay put. The stories are great, but I don't think you need any new stories. You're so full of stories.
Yeah. Well, I have to go find where the dark, damp place is. The old one. My ancestors.
I see. Well,
But when I find it, there's plenty more where this came from.
okay. Well, just be safe. It's good to see you. I missed you
Good to
last
see
night.
you. Oh, well.
She starts to blush a little bit and kind of skitters off.
He kind of grooves a little
Mhm.
mousy ear underneath his hat.
Roll to flirt. Roll to flirt.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah, she skitters up and does that
cute.
thing where like just a little out of the way, she like looks back.
Yeah. Little
And like hops a little bit. And
I'm
skitters
sorry,
away.
that is so cute.
adorable.
So Bob and Laura, let me know what you're doing, what you're going to do next, and then I'm gonna pan over to 303.
I think after a little while, especially with that story, he might go to start to see if he can find any of the others. And kind of also keep an eye to the sky looking for pigeons.
Yeah. Okay. Love that. Let's pan over to 303.
So he wakes up and he goes over and he like has a little like half of a nutshell that he has water in, and he splashes his face a little bit and shrugs on his lab coat. He's like,
Okay, looking good. Lots of confidence today. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, I can talk again. Okay. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Oh.
and he kind of scampers out
Uh-huh.
and he's excited, and looks around and checks his pack, and that's when he realizes that he doesn't have any stones. Like in the bustler thing, he lost all of his little stones. He has his like his glowing, his little weird metal stones still, but he doesn't have his usual.
Still has glow sticks from the rave.
Yeah, he has his glow sticks, but yeah, he's out of gorp. So he doesn't have no granola.
He's still coming
It's all
down.
good, yeah. So he's gonna make his way down to the river, where
Okay.
he goes to find like the best rocks he can find, and he's gonna go on his kind of like rock search.
Oh, I
'Cause
love
he
this.
needs to replenish his supply of stones.
Is it? Do you think it's possible that it's somewhere near?
Yeah,
where
yeah,
Bob and
and
Laura
yeah,
is?
I think you
Okay.
can always at least see Bob and Laura's shed.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? It's it's not like it's that far away. But yeah, it's definitely in the neighborhood.
Cute. Okay, so then when your I don't know your secret admirer, not so secret,
Bobby Morse,
Bobby Morse, of course.
Good. Good.
my beloved.
As you're setting forth to look for stones,
So Bobby's sending you the code. is what I
Bobby
got?
Morse, Bobby Morse just skitters past you. Oh, hi, Bob 303. And she tosses you a couple of tasty seeds.
Oh,
Enjoy.
thank you. Thank you.
Happy Bobsgiving, and she kind of runs
Oh,
off. And you see Bob and Laura puttering around at his cabin.
Oh, 303. Say something.
something?
Perfect. Hello, welcome back.
Oh, I know. That was scary. I couldn't understand
But
me.
you're right now.
Well, you can understand me. Some better.
Sure.
It's a long journey to all right.
True.
Here's the country song.
It's a long journey to all right.
Man.
I went to Stud Country line dancing last night, so that's like in my head right there.
You let me know when you find that song. I need it.
I'm gonna look for it now.
Sorry, yeah, no,
No,
so
you're
Bob
good.
and Laura, Bob 303. What are you guys discussing? What's the plan?
I was gonna go and look for our compatriots since apparently there's something. Well, I'd say funny, but it's not really funny. With the pigeons.
Oh, that dead one?
Yeah. There were none roosting this mid-morn.
No. Do you remember when we were at the?
Yeah, I remember the one
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, that one.
But there's more apparently.
Oh,
Yeah,
more that are gone.
that are not accounted for.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe there'll be new rocks there wherever we're going.
Well, we have to get to the soul patch.
Do we?
Well, I kind of promised.
All right, we have to go all the way to the
I kind of made a deal. I guess.
separated. All right. We'll
I mean,
figure it out.
I don't know if I want to make the mushroom network angry. They seem to do pretty bad
Wait, you're
stuff.
talking about the mushrooms that we saw yesterday.
Yeah. So I talked to all the mushrooms, and then that's how the mushrooms carried everybody. You were unconscious.
I think we need our mushroom expert. I don't know anything about talking to mushrooms.
I didn't either. But I have.
And he pulls out the,
Ah!
like this glowing, this glowing truffle. Basically, he's
you
like,
had it.
It's like, well, yeah, cause if I eat a little bit, then I can talk to.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, at least the myconid mushroom network, all the mushrooms, everything's connected.
You said soul patch. You
Yeah,
said
that's where that
Mike and
there's a-
Id's soul patch?
well, there's a place that's kind of like a they can't reach anymore. They can't connect with it.
Alright.
And that's kind of where I don't know, maybe like their soul is. But they wanted us to go there and help, and I said I would do that. Like we would do that if it got you up out of all the terrible mushroom terribleness. So, yeah, that's what I got, and I have to check in every day, or they'll get really angry.
Huh.
So
Alright.
I guess they're kind of like a I don't know, like a patron now or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm a spore lock or something. I'm not sure.
Interesting word.
I don't know why that came
Spore
into my head, but it's like connected. It's all everything's
Is that your
connected.
new name? Spore.
No, it's a horrible idea. Really, I regret that I said it at this point.
All right, let's go find our other.
I'm still really coming out of the whole
Warlock.
thing that happened.
Every time he says it, he has no idea what any of the syllables mean. He has no words really. So he's just gonna say Sporlock over and over again until we get there.
Incredible. Wow. So as you guys are having these profound epiphanies, you make your way over to the Elder Bob's nook, where Elder Bob has stumbled out of her quarters, quite hungover. Her hair is quite big
I
today.
love her.
Oh my goodness. I'm full of it today. This spirit of gratitude.
Oh,
And I'm ready to move on.
Can I get you anything?
Oh, anything, please.
All
A
right.
bag over my head would be great.
Wow.
It's tough.
I'll go.
So sorry, this is not really becoming of the elder. Hi. Oh, Ben Folds, you're here.
What's Bob doing? What's Bob doing?
Bob found a bag and he gets
Yeah,
halfway
I
up.
was like, yeah.
And then he's like, oh,
Oh,
maybe
never
not
mind.
for reals. Yeah.
What's that you got there? You've got you make a little chugachino?
Yes,
Little
yes, yes.
coffee?
I knew you would be full of gratitude from the evening past,
Yes.
so I thought I'd get the stuff
Oh, thank you.
sorted for that.
Thank you very much. I'll have to ruminate on my gratitude. So, what's the dealio, Bob?
It appears that the Bens are planning to leave.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, but I feel like we've barely just met. We've barely just become
yes.
neighbors.
They fear for their safety.
That makes sense.
Oh. And I think Ben Folds is like a little bit bashful and sort of is like in the corner. But also as you guys arrive, Ben Folds has kind of stepped out, and a couple of the other Bens have arrived with just like so many turnips, so many turnips.
Oh my
The sign
goodness.
of gratitude.
We roll up and it's just like all these turnips
Yeah, just like
outside. It's like,
they're spilling.
where's
over.
Elder Bob's house?
Oh my! What a hole! Wow, something to be
Ooh, those
grateful.
Turnips.
And Ben Folds says, "Yes, these are all for you. I'm so grateful. So many turnips. These turnips. There is enough here. I'm such an idiot. There's enough here for all of you to gain enough experience to level up."
Hey!
Hey.
So a quick aside, and Mausritter kind of follows these old school ethos of like you gain experience by bringing something valuable back to the community. These turnips are valued for such a high price that allows each one of you to get 1,000 experience that takes you to level 2.
Hooray!
We can take a quick little moment to level all of you up, to make you all shiny and powerful. To level up in this game.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
The XP on the bottom of the character sheet, is that supposed to be cumulative, or is that you'll be wiped to 0 when we level up?
You're level 1. You're at 0 experience, and now you can put down 1,000
Okay.
experience there.
Perfect.
You all have 1,000 experience.
Wasn't sure if it was old, D&D 3.5 rules where it's like when you get to 10,000, it's the next level. So I wasn't sure if it was erase at each level or cumulative.
Oh, do you know what? I think it is cumulative.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So like the next threshold is 3,000, but it's just
Oh,
2
yep.
more. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Great. So here's what you do. First of all, everybody roll 2d6. Let's do that. Let's do hit points first.
Ooh. Oh, thank God.
Roll the dice listed for the new level's hit dice, 2d6. If the value is higher than your mouse's current HP, replace your HP with the rolled value. Otherwise, just increase your mouse's HP by 1.
Can't get any lower.
Oh God! I just saw you.
Ooh,
Ooh.
12.
Oh.
12.
Mine is
Oh damn.
literally impossible for me to roll lower.
7.
Yeah.
I
I
will
was
take
at
7.
4 and now I'm at 6.
Heck yeah.
No! I was at 1 and now I'm at 10.
Whoa!
Oh,
Oof.
oh so good.
And you got 12? My God.
Yeah.
Doing very well. Good job, Bobs. Okay, now roll
Amazing.
a d20
Oh.
for each of your stats.
Mushroomy spirit.
For each of them?
For each of them. If you roll a number that is higher than your attribute, you get to increase your attribute by 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Nope.
Nope.
Strength. Or that fell out. Remember you roll that? Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
sweet.
Dex went up.
Dex. Yeah, my
Woo!
dex went up too.
woo!
right, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Feeling powerful, feeling strong.
Oh my god.
And my will went up.
Mousy.
I beat my dex by 1. I did it.
Yay!
Oh yeah, that also went up.
Let's go. Okay.
All right. I have some
Oh, we just
survivability.
increased them by 1 if we.
Just by 1. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
my strength and my will went up.
A 1
That's
if we beat
exciting.
it.
Oh, just by 1. Yep.
Yeah.
And my will went up. All right.
Perfect. Perfect. And just make sure to do the for each of your attributes. Lovely. On your way to be heroes.
Ugh.
Here's what's also really exciting. All of you
Mhm.
roll a 1d6 and mark somewhere on your sheet that your current mousy fortitude is at a d6. Let's see how many ducks we get today.
Oh.
Oh.
What am I doing?
4.
What am I doing?
Wait, D6?
So roll a d6, yeah.
So we just read mousy fortitude
Yeah.
equals 1d6.
Equals 1d6.
Okay, and then you want us to note the number we rolled somewhere as well.
Oh, I'll note that. It's just you're rolling it for today. Yeah.
Okay.
So with Mousy Fortitude, so long as you spend a night in a mouse settlement or in mouse community, which we'll expand on, you get to roll a fresh Mousy Fortitude roll in the morning. So you guys right now are all out of ducks. So every morning, so long
Yeah,
as
we are.
you've been in community or in slept in a settlement, you get to roll some more ducks. So
Hey.
I got 4 from Bob Hope, I got 2 from Bob and Lore, 3 from Bobby SOCKS, and
We're back. I rolled a 1.
yay!
It could be really helpful.
Could be really helpful.
It doesn't matter.
So altogether, that takes us to 10 ducks this morning, folks.
Yeah.
All
Woo!
right.
Feeling plucky and
Fuck
ducky.
yes.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Duck, duck. Mouse.
Ben folds the first. Says, I hope that this is at least something. There was, the song that was being sung.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point at which we all knew it. And then there was, in the chaos, we all forgot the song. It was just a melody. But bits of it are coming back to me.
Like words?
Like words, yeah.
Oh.
She's a shroom and she's drowning slowly off the coast of the mountains of teeth. Something like that. It was a very sad song.
Feels like this song's gonna land with a thud.
You land the thud.
Might be a brick.
Yes, something about someone is drowning, a shroom who's drowning in the coasts of the mountains of teeth.
This is your mic.
Yeah, Mike Nid. There's a Mike Nid who has a network that I check in with about. It's really complicated, but the idea is that the mushrooms are all connected, and part of them have been hurt. Maybe this is the part of them that have been hurt, that drowned near the mountain of teeth. Ooh, yeah. And that's where their soul patch is.
Oh, Elder Bobs is sipping her coffee preciously. This is all pretty intense. And what about this squeaky little guy?
Oh, you mean Steve?
Yeah.
We discovered that Steve came with a couple other Steves on a pigeon.
Oh, I have a
Oh.
thing about pigeons.
That's unfortunately Steve is the only one who survived. The pigeon died near the Ben settlement.
Well, Ben Folds kind of turns to you and says, well, the other 3 mice, they looked very different from this one. They all had their own unique stylings, markings. They did not look like this one. And kind of note, again, like
Shaved ass.
just has like this shaved ass. It's like this one is the only one that had this distinctive shaving.
Oh, so then perhaps they weren't all Steves, which I don't know if that's better or worse.
Now I'm worried that one's a Bob.
Is Steve there?
Yeah.
Steve, did you sleep last night, Steve?
Squeak, squeak. Squeak, Steve.
Oh, I slept and I could talk again.
Squeak.
Were you with other mice?
Squeak, squeak.
Were they all Steves?
Steve?
Other mice?
Squeak. Squeak.
Steves?
Steve's. It seems to be looking at you with like very little recognition, but hopeful hopeful. Seems
I'm
to
like-
kind of is come down a little bit. Yeah, he gets closer to you. Speak.
Okay. I'm gonna put my hand in his shoulder,
Mm,
and then I'm gonna take a bite out of the truffle,
okay.
and I want to talk to him.
What do you say?
I want to actually communicate with him.
I love this. What do you want to say?
Wait, we have to do some roll to see like how
Mhm.
there's a like whole how
Because
long.
you burnt yourself out last time.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you
Yeah,
did?
there's
Yeah.
it's because
So this
affects you.
this
there was a
spell
whole mechanic.
this spell works in real time.
Right.
You're going to roll 2d6. 1d6 is going to let us know, because you're just talking to Steve.
Yes.
One of those d6s would typically be like how many people you can talk to at the same time.
Right.
But because it's just the one Steve, you can roll those 2d6s and decide which of those you want to keep, because the other one is the amount of time you get to speak to the character.
Ah. Okay.
So, and you're also fresh with ducks, so you can also
Three,
re-roll.
I rolled a 6 and a 3. So.
Hell yeah. So you have 6 minutes at your disposal.
Okay.
Before I start the clock, how do you initiate the conversation?
So I'm gonna like look at him, and I'm gonna try to be very meek and gentle, and be like, and say,
I'm trying to talk to you so you can understand me and I can understand you. Can you understand me? And can you talk to me? Think to me?
Yeah, it'd be really nice if anybody could understand me. I totally hear you. But nobody understands me.
No, I just understood all of that.
Yeah, I wish you could understand all of that.
I can't understand all of that.
You can't understand all of
I can understand all
that? You
of
can
that.
understand me?
I can understand you, Steve.
Oh, my paws! Oh, my paws and whiskers and my little curly tail! You can understand me?
I
I
can't.
haven't been able to talk to anybody for weeks!
It's a little squeaking.
What
so
happened?
cute.
What happened that made you not be able to
Oh, my
talk to
paws!
anyone?
Oh, my paws!
He's very excited about something.
And he's getting really, really, really excited.
right.
So
Here we go.
now you know that
Okay.
this is
Wait.
working. So just to be very diplomatic, I want to give you guys time to just as a group, above table, below table, I don't care. You guys just decide. You guys are gonna have 6 minutes on the clock. What
Okay.
do you guys want to ask this guy? Because 6 minutes and it's gonna be up.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
He's like, oh,
Okay.
And I just want to
okay.
establish this guy has not talked to anybody for a long time.
right.
Poor
He might be a little
angel.
distracted.
Oh my god.
Right.
this
So
is
it's like,
fun.
Okay, I can talk to Steve and he can understand me and I can understand him. That's talked to me in a long time. What do you want to know?
Everything.
How did he get here?
The pigeon.
Yes, who were the other mice he was with? Where
What's
did-
with the pigeon?
Oh, so Steve, you were with other mice? Were you with other mice?
Okay, so
Yeah,
I know this is I'm kind of doing this
Yeah,
slightly
yeah,
out of
that's
character,
fine.
but how did he get here?
How did he get
Yeah.
here?
About the pigeon.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they're mice.
Was yeah.
About the pigeon.
Was he with other mice, and who was they?
What was they?
And then,
Other
does
mice.
he remember when people couldn't understand him, and could they not understand him
What
when he was
caused
back
it?
home, wherever that
Mhm.
home
Yeah.
was?
What was the last thing? he
And where is
remembers?
home, if he
It was
knows?
Steve.
and does he know anything about the soul patch?
Yeah.
Great.
Stop talking.
Anything else?
Talking. Where's home? Let's see if we can. Have
Let's
these.
see how many we can get in six.
What you
6
got,
minutes.
Bill?
Home.
We're gonna
soul
find out.
patch. Okay, and then if other stuff comes up, if we
Right.
get all through that, we'll just keep going with it. Here we go. Ready?
Been waiting for this my whole life, Artem.
Okay.
This moment.
All right. Hold on. Let me just set my.
We'll stay.
Stay.
Right in forever.
All right. Here we go. I haven't been able to speak to anybody in weeks.
Well, I can talk to you for a little while.
Yeah.
And then
No, he's talked to me for a long time.
Well, as long as I can, but it doesn't feel like it's a few minutes.
Oh,
And then
oh no, why not?
because then it's all I can do in one day.
Oh, I thought you fixed me.
No, it's just you and me.
Oh no.
But I'm gonna try to fix you.
No, please,
So
please, please.
I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions as fast as I can to get all the information so we can fix you.
Oh, my whiskers. My
Okay,
whiskers. Okay.
here, hold my hand.
Oh,
Hold my hand.
yes.
Okay, all right.
Hold your
Okay,
hands.
it's
Yeah,
okay. Now, how were you with other mice?
Yes.
Where did they come from?
They found me. They found me. We all ran away.
So where did you all run away from?
Oh, the steel house. The steel house. With the wild and wonderful wise wizard.
So a wonderful wild wizard in a steel house, and you all ran away from the steel house.
Yeah.
But there was a pigeon.
Yeah. Yeah. The pigeon carried us.
But did you know the pigeon? Was the pigeon a friend?
Yeah, it was very friendly. Name's Joey.
Joey Pigeon.
Joey the pigeon.
Okay, Joey the Pigeon.
Yeah.
And Joey cared you, but then something happened to Joey the Pigeon. What happened?
Well, Joey found me. He found me with these really lovely mice who took me in. Whose were called the Fumies.
The Foomies?
The Fumies, yeah, they were in the
Fumi
valley.
mice,
But the
okay.
valley's not a valley anymore. It's like an ocean. It's full of
no.
water.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So the Fumies, they were looking for help. So they went to the Maxes in the mountains.
Okay.
And so they came. And so the Fumi and the Max. And the Maxes were really concerned, although they were kind of annoying. Oh, that's so rude.
Okay,
They were
wait,
hurting
there was a
up.
Fumi and a Max, and then you were from the Steves.
Yeah.
And who was the other mouse?
Jeremy, River Mouse.
Okay, and so were you each, like, one of each of you? Were you all in the steel house together? Or you escaped from the steel
No, I
house?
escaped from the steel house, and then we went to the Fumis, and then we went to the mountains with Maxes, and then we went to the river with the Jeremys.
Right, so Joey took you to each of them.
Yeah, but then we went to they're called Delilah's, but it was dangerous there because
Okay.
the wise wild wizards allies were there, and they started
Okay, and
they started throwing sharp stuff at the pigeon.
and that's what happened. And then, but how did you get all the way here?
Well, something hurt the pigeon, and then we all fell really, really far, really hard.
And then, but when did you stop being able to have people understand you? You said a long time.
The wizard does that to us.
Is that what? Could you all talk to
The Steves can talk to Steves. We understand each other, but only when the wizard allows us. And the wizard wants us back.
So could you talk to the other mice
No.
from the other? No, it was the same as with
No,
us.
yeah, we just did this. They called us charades. They just made a lot of motions and
Right.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you help us?
We can try.
All the Steves ran
We'll
away
try.
from the wizard.
So the Steves were all being held by the wizard
Yeah,
in the steel house.
in the steel house.
Okay. And do you know how to get back to the steel house?
Yeah, but I need to find my Steves.
Well, it sounds like we have to go find the Steves from the steel house.
They're not safe while they're alone because the wild wizard's gonna come for them. That's why the allies of the wild wizard were at the Delilah's.
Who were the allies? What are they? Who are they?
They're nasty.
What are they? Are they? What are? I mean, are they?
Opossums?
Possums.
Yeah, they're not nice.
Okay.
They're not nice at all.
Is there other allies or just the opossums?
You don't want to trust otters.
Okay.
They're real bad.
All right.
Ostrich.
Ostriches. Ostrich. What's that?
Oh, it's huge. It's so big.
Okay. Well, we'll
It
stay.
smashed the Delilah's home.
Oh no! We will stay away from the big giant.
Oh,
It sounds like anything that starts with an O is bad.
it's bad.
Right. I'm not gonna eat omelets anymore either. Then.
You shouldn't eat omelets.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. But look.
What? Yeah.
Is there anything else
We
that?
have about a minute 40 on the clock.
I'm trying to remember all the questions like we're gonna ask you.
How did you get here, pigeon?
Yeah,
About the pigeon, the pigeon fell.
right,
Other
right.
mice who was
Right,
with mice
yeah,
from the
yeah,
other
yeah.
settlements. The Steves are scattered.
Right.
Can you remember when he stopped talking? Apparently, something with the wizard.
Right.
Something about a soul patch.
Oh, right.
Do you know anything about something called a soul patch or
A
what it
soul
may be?
patch?
A soul patch?
A patch?
A patch? Like, you know, like a big a group, a place, a thing, where a bunch of mushrooms maybe used to be
Whoa.
and they're dead now.
Whoa,
Or...
mushrooms. Very powerful. The wizard made us eat mushrooms.
But the wizard made you eat mushrooms?
Yeah.
Did you always be with the wizard? Like, did you grow up with the wizard or did the wizard catch
No.
you?
No, the wizard took us a long time ago. And we've all lived in the steel house, but we have another home. And we're trying to remember where it is, but we can't remember. And we were able to run away because the wizard did something with the water. The wizard made a lot of water happen.
So the wizard made a lot of water and the
Yeah.
water filled in where maybe there used to be land, like the valley's gone. Did the wizard
Yeah,
fill
the
valley
Fumies,
with
they're
water?
looking for dry land.
But did the wizard ruin where the Fumies lived? Was that the wizard?
Yeah.
The wizard water?
Yeah,
Oh no.
because the otters wanted it.
Okay, we have to have if I ask you a question and the answer's yes, you're gonna do this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. If it's no, you're gonna do this.
Oh, wait, right now? You just want me to stop talking? But I
no,
haven't talked to anybody.
I want you to keep talking. But if we can't talk anymore, because I
Oh.
know that eventually I won't be able to understand you again.
But to me, everything you say sounds like a squeak.
When I say it's a squeak.
Yeah.
Can't understand you, and you can't understand them.
Yeah.
Tower of Babel.
That's squeaky. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak.
Oh.
And he's gonna hug him. He's gonna like pull him in
Oh.
and hug him.
He starts whimpering.
Right. And Bob's like,
So, we can't understand each other anymore.
and then he just relays.
Yeah.
He's like dumps all the info.
Great.
That's a lot.
Lore dump.
Wow. Okay.
Wow,
as much,
Artem.
that's as much
Yeah,
time as we
dang.
could have had on the clock. Woo! Well done,
crammed
gang.
that.
Woo.
And he's like,
So, but the thing is, when just like we can't understand him, he can't understand us.
Oh.
So that's why when we've been asking him questions, he doesn't understand it. But if it's a yes, we're gonna do like
and I'll like kind of hold him back a little bit, like, and smile on that, and then be like,
so. I mean, and we can do something called like pantaloons or something, but where we act it out, or
Are you talking about pantomime?
charams. Okay, sure, yes.
Steve starts mimicking you.
I used to do a little
Right.
work back in the day. Before I got really into the farming, I thought maybe
Okay.
one day. Oh, just me?
Like
Okay.
theater, like community theater.
Whoa, no. Purely,
no, no.
purely professional
Oh,
here.
I'm
Really
sorry.
upright bombs brigade.
Oh,
Nope.
I thought.
Yes, and
Yes.
Well, so we can get across ideas just by like moving our hands or like acting things out, and then like. we understand
hold
yes
on.
or no.
Okay,
Fishing.
Steve gets really
yeah,
excited.
Yeah, fishing. Right, fishing.
that was me doing the motion for people listening.
The Steve makes
Charades, maybe.
a fishy face.
That's hilarious.
But the Steve gets excited because he sees you being
Right.
animated
Mhm.
and goes,
First one.
One word.
Mm-hmm.
Pigeon.
Pigeon. Bird.
Pigeon.
Bat.
and then you see Steve is like perplexed because he realizes he can't understand
Oh.
what
Yeah.
you're saying.
right.
Grabs a piece of paper, starts to draw something on it, and draws for you. And as he's drawing it, it's sort of like it's like the pencil shavings are kind of coming off, and it's getting like darker and darker. And he's really circling it in, and he's making the bigger eyes and stuff. And you see this like pronounced eyes and this like really dark beak and this kind of bulbous but really like square, almost rectangular shape. And it's unmistakably an owl.
Oh.
Speak.
Another owl.
Speak.
Oh,
Yeah.
animal.
Owl. Otter.
And I'm just gonna be like,
Awesome.
where? And I'm gonna get a map.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have one here, right? In Elder
Yeah.
Bob's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
place or whatever. Like, pull it over to you,
Map.
roll it in front of you, and then I look and see. Do you where?
and he
Can I
says-
point?
Squeak, squeak. Okay, so he sees Bob Hope kind of making the wear gesture and flapping like the owl. Points on the map to the area where you know as the Fumi's like the Valley of Dust, and kind of
Maybe a C now. of
yeah,
that.
and kind of drags their finger almost up to the edge of the map, and points there, and goes like this, flapping with the wings.
Oh.
And then points to where the Fumis are and makes like a. He grabs like a cup of water and splashes it on himself.
Oh
brought
no! It looks like the Fumis are. Did he talk to you about the Fumis?
Yes.
Yeah, so the four mice that were what the pigeon had. So the pigeon's a joey. They're the joey pigeons, and it was really nice and rescued Steve from the House of Steel, which is where the wizard is, the terrible or evil wizard that I talked about. And there was a Fumi mouse and a Jeremy mouse
Delilah.
and
Max.
and a Max mouse. But then there was some giant, horrible creature they called an ostrich. That sounds like it's a monstrous, giant, towering beast that destroyed the Delilah's homes. And the wizards made a valley that the Fumis live in fill up with water. And all the Steves escaped the wizards thing, so the steel house. So, that's where the water came from, is the bad wizard.
Ooh.
And you know this bad wizard.
Do I know this bad wizard?
Is there a
Now
way
that
for
the
us? Now I'm
question has
like,
been posed to
now
now
I'm
the
like,
question's
"Oh,
been
figure
posed.
out who the wizard
Yeah, now that the
is.
question has been posed to Bob,
Well,
How do we
I'm
find
gonna
the
like
wizard?
search my memory of what my dreams are like, or any association I have with.
interesting. Well, you know what's really good for unlocking repressed traumas? Psilocybin
Yeah,
trips.
yeah, sure.
You do have a check-in with the Myconid network at some point.
I do. All right.
But Elgin Bob is there, who's been enraptured, sipping their chugachino. They go, okay, wow, this is enormous, huge, terrible. Well, that's done with. I guess back to Bob business, right? Okay, let's go back to town, and we're just gonna move on. Okay, this is not a problem of ours, and it seems like.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, it seems we're.
Are you acting like none of this is going to affect us anytime soon? Because I think it's coming for us.
Yes.
The rumblings are imminent.
These mice clearly came here looking for our help.
Well, I understand that, but
And the
They are
water-
climate refugees, and we are about to be the same.
well, I don't know anything about that. But I will say that I'm not asking myself, oh, what about Steve's? I'm asking myself, what about Bob's? That's where my mind lies. Okay, so
So if the Fumis,
yes,
who were in the high desert, in the driest of the dry land, are now flooded out, aren't you just a wee bit concerned?
well, if we think we should move, that's fine.
I hope we don't have to move, but we still need to figure out the source of where these problems are so that we could hopefully evade it and help save our beautiful town of Bob Villa.
Well, and the waters connect all of us.
Oh, well, then that's settled. Then we'll move away from the waters. Fine.
But
But I don't want this to cause any panic in town.
Too late.
Well, this is no laughing matter. I really mean this, okay?
No, I'm not trying to laugh. I'm just saying it's going to be too late if you try to tell them not to worry and you tell them we have to move to ground that's not going to be
Right.
flooded.
And do you think that this has nothing to do with what happened on Bobsgiving?
Well, is it?
So there was a pigeon, right, that
Yeah.
saved Steve, and then there was other mice from other villages, and he said that the pigeon got hurt because there were allies of the wizard that basically like hurt it and made it fall, and that was where the bent folds are. So it seems to me that probably the danger might be on our doorstep rather than something we don't have to worry about. If they're that close already.
As far as I'm concerned, you're the only four that really know about that danger, and what happened yesterday could be an unprecedented event. A year from now, we'll remember it as a really exciting bit of Bob lore. But right now, I know I might seem callous and careless, but we've survived by staying away. It's why we're down here in the Whispering Hills. There was a time when we were almost gone. I have to concern myself with Bob's and Bob's first.
Hate to say it, but I think it's not just going to be about Bob's. I think it's going to be about everyone.
Well,
And I think we're going to need more than just Bob's to save us.
And should this threat come for us, who will we turn to for help? If all of our allies and all our friends are gone, because we did nothing when they needed help.
well, I'm not saying we're not going to do nothing. We are. First, I think we should take care of ourselves, and that's what I'm going to do. But I would really appreciate it if the rest of you did not cause a stir in town, because, as I said before, Bob's
It's a need to know kind of thing, okay? I think I'm not overstepping my bounds here. I am the elder. I've seen this town go through a lot. So I see you are very passionate about this.
Yeah, but have we seen the near destruction, potential destruction of our entire existence?
Okay, I
Elder
don't want to
Bob.
hear about this anymore
Elder
because
Bob.
we're not going to face a destruction. Okay, this mouse, whatever this mouse is up to. If something is looking for this mouse, well, perhaps we just need to send this mouse on their way, and then the danger will avoid us altogether. As you can tell, it seems to be dangerous following this mouse.
Elder Bob. Question for you. If you are taking care of the Bobs, what will you tell them when things turn? When you could have stopped it? What will be your answer then?
Well, I will say what I've said to all of you before. We are mice,
Yes.
and there are very few things in this world that are smaller than mice.
Yes.
And it might not be a proud thing or a heroic thing, but the thing to do that we do well, and we should continue to do so, is survive.
Yes.
And we will do so. But the Fumis, the Delilahs, the Maxes, the Jeremys, they're mice as well. And right now they are concerning themselves with survival as well. If I was the elder of any one of their communities, my first concern would be to my community.
Yes.
So, I will take this in consideration, and we will have when the time is right, we'll speak to the population. Right now, I think everyone is still enjoying the festivities of post Bobsgiving, and I just don't want to spoil the fun. Well, great. Now my hangover is completely back. This is stressful.
I'm sorry about that.
Um,
Can I give you this little mushroom? Maybe it'll help.
oh, thank you. You're so considerate. I appreciate it. We're a tender elder as myself, and
She bustles out of the room.
That was intense.
Ben Folds is in the corner,
He's
kind
like-
of being like, "Oh,
Mhm.
is this how it always goes here?
No.
No.
No, I don't know this mouse. I don't know this bulb.
Yes. I hope you don't find it cowardly of us that we are moving away, but well, we're not. We can't really see where we're going. We need to be in a place that's very limited on things that can get us. We can only protect ourselves so much. Sorry, this is
And we
a
understand.
great
It's
way
just,
to finish off Bobsgiving for all of you.
well, as
Mhm.
the GM, what do you guys want to do with all of this? How is the party feeling about Elder Bob and this conversation?
devastated and let
Right.
down right
How
now.
do we run a recall?
I don't know if I want to recall, but I do want. I feel like it's a crisis of faith. It sounds like if they're the elder and that's where they're headed, it is devastating.
Well, I mean, there's this odd part of me that understands, right? Where he's like, I need to protect my
Yeah.
people,
Mhm.
right? And the way that I've always done it is we hide, right? But because we're the heroes of our mousy tale, right? It's like but we've got to
Do something.
help ourselves by helping everybody else, right? Because first they came for the Steves and we didn't do anything, and then they came for the Fumis, right? It's like all of that going on. We're just like all the other mouse communities have been hit. Like we're the last one.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know what I think, and I think what Bob in that moment thinks is like they're on, like he said, they're at the doorstep, right? The Pigeons here. It's causing the Ben Folds, which are way bigger than us,
Yeah.
way stronger than us, to leave. Like we can run, or we can try to do something.
Yeah, I mean, Bob Hope is absolutely on board for finding the issue, helping the world, because, like he said, there's nothing. If it comes for us, who are we going to turn to? And
Bob and Lore is has never felt apart from the Bobs since he got here a very long time ago, and this is the very first time he's thought maybe it's time to find the next group of mice. Because he sees in Elder Bob's actions and words someone who will not make it so that he will ever find the place that he's been looking for his whole life. And but at the same time, he does love the Bobs and wants to keep them safe, but also does not have a like leaderly or truly heroic bone in his little mousy body, but has such a deep desire to explore that he's at odds with himself in this moment, because he's like, I understand hiding, I would do that, but also I understand that the water is everywhere, and if it goes all the way to the Fumis, we are directly connected to that.
Yeah.
He's feeling very much so called by the wider world.
Yeah. What about our fungal professor here?
Oh, I'm hoping that mushroom sets Elder Bob right, and they have a vision of what needs to be done. And I'm also I think I'm really sad. I feel like I had looked up to Elder Bob a whole lot, and to, see your heroes fall right in front of your very eyes and not do what you would have hoped they would have done can be devastating. I don't know why. Just felt that today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Random.
Hit me really hard today for some
Look,
reason.
there's no coincidences in TTRPG.
I don't know. Someone said that in chat. You said that earlier, and I think you be right. We are working it out
We are
tonight.
I think there's probably a thing that Bob and Lauren, Bob through 3 share, and that we both came from the outside into the community. And I think the other thing for 303 is like, well, you took us in, why wouldn't we try to help these other, like, what's different now? What
Right.
changed? Like,
With
why?
all the
That was one of the beautiful things about the community, is like, like we take in people that need help, and now we know there are other mice that need help, and we're now not going to do that.
well, if there's no more mice left to protect, and these are the last to protect, I understand Elder Bob's rationale, but it's like, if there's no more mice to protect, then anyway. Can't you see our own destruction is imminent?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think just to be very obvious about it, kind of reflecting on the conversation with Steve, I think, I did it on purpose, but I wanted to communicate it clearly. This mouse sounds a lot like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so you're putting
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chord
yeah,
and
yeah.
you're putting it together, but there is something there, I think, also.
Right.
in
That's.
terms of-
I think in the moment of like talking with him and trying to get all the information and trying to do everything because he knows it's going to go away, right? He doesn't think about that until Bob Hope says like, "Well, do you know this wizard?" And that's why he's like,
Yeah.
and so that's like the later when I need to connect back into the network. I think there's going to be a little side trip.
Yeah.
In some way for that.
Well, Ben Folds is like, well, we drew the turnips. It's the least that we can do.
You did more than enough. There's a lot of turnips out there.
This is I don't want to add, to what is already a stressful morning for you, but we were really up against a calamity if you weren't there, and we weren't even aware of how close we were to just all of us being completely gone in the flood. And thank you.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for
Thank
sharing,
you.
because that's going to keep us on alert for whatever's going to be coming towards
Yes.
our community, because it sounds like they take root in a different way first before the rest of the destruction comes.
But I will say the mushrooms always sounded sad. They were always sad.
So maybe they're being used against their own will.
Well, the mushrooms are really sad because they've lost connection with the ones that they can't find in this whole path.
And Steve also mentioned that they were the
Right.
Steves are being fed mushrooms.
Right, and the Steves were being fed mushrooms, so I mean, maybe
They
it's just a
talk about-
coincidence. I don't know.
There's
But-
no coincidences. Did you
Okay.
happen to find out what kind of mushrooms maybe, or did they describe them at all to you?
No. I didn't think about that.
That's okay. I was wondering what kind exactly the varietal was, and I'm like consulting my little book.
Yeah. Biffle's like, well, you've got your hands full. We'll be here till the end of the day, and then I think we are gonna have to dig our way further on down south.
Try and
Um,
send us where you go.
We shall. We are hoping to connect with some friendly ladybugs
Oh.
who could be able to send a message. But there are a lot of bugs in the tunnels. Some not less friendly, but ladybugs have been great. Yes, if you do find yourself, if you come visit us, please do. If you also find yourself exploring the tunnels, just be aware. We have dug everywhere all over this land.
Oh.
There are places that are older and deeper than anyone can remember. There are places that there's access to, and perhaps that's a fallacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a lot of bumping in the dark, you know.
Would you be able to give us some kind of map of the tunnels?
Oh,
Or a way to find them.
yeah, we could arrange something like that. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Well, let me go to talk to Ben Folds, the 12th, the photographer, and it waddles out, kind of kind of bumping into things. They're in the room with you, just to kind of put it out there. I mentioned before that actually they've been here the entire time. It's the Elder Bob's assistant who's just been kind of standing in the corner,
Like,
looking like very like the tea is piping hot.
yep.
Your whole world has just changed right in front of your eyes.
And she's like, I will say nothing. We can keep it all here. I think it's kind of weird
she
what's
have a
going
name?
on. That's up to you guys.
Okay, I just don't remember.
Oh yeah, I don't think we named her
Okay.
yet.
Aram. Bob Aram.
That was almost when I was bidding if I wanted my character to have two dads or mom and a dad. Bob Moran was almost my
Yeah.
mother's name.
Bob Aran.
Please let the assistant be the town gossip, and Elder Bob doesn't know. That's right. I mean, listen, in the chat, people are suggesting things that are.
I see
Of
that.
course, this is the
We
town
love that,
gossip.
James.
They love the tea. They love it hot.
I love you, James V.
So, Bob,
Aran.
what's Bob's name? Bob Aran.
Aran.
Bob Aran. Bob Aran.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah. Well,
Get that hot gossip, get that hot gossip, Barbara.
she's like fanning herself. She's like, "Oh my god, that was kind of fucked up." If I have to say, it was a little fucked up. I'm sorry. She's like whispering, "It's a little fucked up." I can't contradict the boss, but it was a little fucked up. Anyways, this feels like I should see myself out. But if you
No,
need
you're here.
anything-
You're part of it now.
cool.
Especially if you think it's
Okay.
not great. What you just saw.
Yep.
So, you game?
She's got a clipboard, and she's like, "Get what you have in mind."
Great.
Good.
Were you taking notes?
Maybe.
Oh,
I was maybe dropping an Eve here and there. I was maybe Eves and dropping.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
All of the above. I mean, but I would love to hear
Mhm.
how I am able be able to help here.
Great.
Okay, so over to you guys. You guys are kind of here in Elder Bob's nook. A lot has been dropped on you. There's just a lot of information. So to kind of whittle it down, what are like instincts for you guys? Like what seems to be the thing you're most kind of pulled towards right now? It could be big. It could be very focused. Is it saving all the mice? Is it saving the Steves?
It sounds like we want to get to the soul patch at some point to try to figure out the disconnection
Okay.
and reconnect the network. Put it back online, if you will.
Right, because that feels like some
The harmony of the world.
part of it, but like somehow it's connected to the Steves too and the wizard, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
they're,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
eating mushrooms. So something bad is happening to all the mice.
Yeah.
Right. And if we don't, and we, I mean, part of it is we don't know, and I don't like, I don't know, 303 was saying, I just feel like he knows, he doesn't really know if Steve knew what happened to the other mice other than what he told us, but it's all the other mouse communities are being affected adversely by this wizard and whatever's happening. So if we do nothing, I'm just scared that then that's going to happen to us.
Yeah.
So we need, I think that's part of the motivation of like, maybe it's time to not do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Evil persists when good mice do nothing.
Exactly.
I think Bob Hope, because he has illusions of grandeur and sees things in black and white, sees that all of this seems to be coming back to the wizards.
Yeah.
And he wants to find out who they are and how to stop them from doing this to people.
Big boy.
Or from mice. And the other creatures, like even the creatures that are in opposition to us, the creatures that are their allies, are they? Do they need to be saved too? Like, he wants to save everyone, capital S.
Yes.
He's got a big heart and a dumb ass.
I love him.
Oh my God, son. It's the name of my memoir. Dumbass.
Oh my god.
Me in my heart place. Oh my god.
Okay, so Soul Patch, the deal with the wizard, and the question of like, will this happen to us, right? Or almost like it feels like inevitable, and then wanting to save everyone. These kind of seem to be kind of aligned,
Yeah.
right?
And I think that, like, Bob and Lore's way through basically, like, how do we get... It's not even for him to soul patch. He's a little bit like, I'm not sure about these mushrooms. But he is drawn to, especially hearing that the Valley of Dust has flooded. Like, he is extremely drawn to, like, connecting all the mouse communities better
Yeah.
through the river.
Yeah.
And so going through the Jeremys and seeing if maybe even getting to the Maxes is possible, because the only one now that we don't know whether or not there's water, which there should be water in a mountain, is the Maxes. So,
Yeah. So connecting to all the mice via water, is that kind of
Yeah,
like...
that's
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
Bob
Yeah.
and Lore's whole thing.
And seeing as like Steve revealed that they travel to the Fumis, the
Yeah.
Maxes, the Jeremys, and were en route to the Delilahs until they were chased off, it would sort of, I think you guys can safely assume that all of those communities are aware.
Yeah.
Or some kind of awareness, right? Like, because you guys were able to communicate with Steve. We're not really sure how and what they found out from Steve or what they were experiencing, but somehow they believed that it was the thing to do is to hop on a pigeon and
Right. Travel with.
travel. Yeah.
I have a note. I think.
Yeah.
I just like, and it's literally just scratched in with all my notes from previous sessions.
Okay.
And it's been long enough to where I don't remember
Sure.
why I wrote Steve 237.
Oh, it's from your dream.
I gotta remember where that came from. Bill doesn't remember where that
it
came
was
from.
it was actually I think you and Bobby Socks had like were able to calm him down a little bit towards the beginning of like
Right.
Bobsgiving, and he saw that you had a number,
Right.
And he was showing you and his fur that
Oh,
he
he has
had
a
a
number in
number.
his
You guys, like,
fur.
bonded, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the numbers from the other thing was,
Mhm.
yeah. Because you also had the dream with the numbers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I remember, and I've got that well cataloged.
Yeah.
And you have the Truffle of True Talk. It's got another
Yeah.
usage, and then we're gonna devise as a group how we get it to reboot. So
Yeah.
Right.
this is a way to still communicate with this.
Right. So we have like they basically it's like 3, and then it's got a reboot. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have one more, but I have to use it to check in with the network. So, and then we'll figure out the reboot. My other mechanical bookkeeping question with that is, when I rolled the 2 deuce, I did roll a 6. So something happens, right?
Uh-oh.
I think to remind myself, I'm gonna thank you for being the good student that you are.
And if it's based on, I mean, if I'm looking at the list of spells, like it's sort of Be Understood. Is that right? Is it kind of that spell? Sort of.
It's a lot like the Be Understood spell. Yeah,
Right,
basically
okay.
that's
Just mechanically.
mechanically
Okay.
exactly that. Right. It's just that
okay.
spell is just with communicate
Sure.
with critters.
Right.
This you could
This
speak
is
to like
anything.
a blade of grass.
Right.
Um,
But I did roll a 6, so I don't know if I've got to do some kind of like will save, whatever, blah blah blah, or if it's just gonna come back to haunt me later. Like the
when
rest
one
of
or
my
more
life.
sixes are rolled when
or-
casting a spell, the caster takes d6 damage to will.
Oh, we just did this.
Right. It was like the last time when I rolled a 6.
Then you make a will save, and if
Okay.
failed, you take the drain condition.
Okay,
Alright.
so 2, so it takes me back to a 0.
Oh no!
Oh, buddy.
So let's just maybe
this
delay the effect.
All right.
But yeah, I'm back to Squeaksville.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
It makes you speak. Oh god.
Because when I go to 0, I squeak.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
But I can fix that by the watch.
But he can still
rest.
understand though.
He can
Just
still understand.
can't,
Yeah,
can't
I just can't
say anything
talk.
back.
That's right. So we've established that that's what happens to
Yeah. when I go to
Steves. So there's
Yeah.
something extra that's going on with the Steves.
right. Well, I'm a model 3. He's a 2.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
The upgrade.
I don't know what that is all. I get the understando upgrade.
Oh,
Excuse
God.
me. Brush the dirt off my shoulders. Amazing. Okay, so gang, wow, tons of stuff. Let's devise a course of action. What do you guys want to do now? The rest of the town is like bustling along. There's still like post-party celebrations, just people kind of resetting, and it's one of those like the holidays kind of like dwindling out.
I'm like looking around. I'm like, they don't even know.
They don't even know.
They don't even know.
Squeak.
They don't.
Oh,
Oh
No.
do it again.
Squeak.
Okay. Nope.
Yep, it's out again.
Squeak.
Okay.
But it came back before. It might come back again.
Squeak. 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 Squeak.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
I think if we figure out the connection to that network, we might be able to figure out the connection for you and reboot you. I mean, that sounds weird.
Squeak. Squeak.
I'm sorry.
Squeak. Squeak. Squeak.
Wait, there's a boot?
And squeak.
Those are
Squeak.
good
Squeak.
hikes.
Squeak. Squeak. Squeak.
Boots are good houses.
No. Squeak.
Yes.
Sleep.
Are you gonna go rest?
Squeak. 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 Squeak.
Oh, if you get a good rest, if you
You
get a
can-
good night's sleep
Yeah, you can.
Squeak.
or a good nap.
Squeak.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, legit. Yeah, you could go take a quick little nap.
I can take a watch worth of like.
Sure. Yeah.
He's like he's
we
like,
can.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. He runs off.
Yeah. We could do a kind of a fast forward downtime while this. So you want to do that? Do you want to?
Yeah, I think he like immediately realizing he can't communicate again.
Yeah.
But this worked last time.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go.
So he's gonna be out for like a few hours.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, not to get like too didactic to like how
Yeah,
many
yeah,
hours,
yeah.
but you're gonna be out for a few hours while he's asleep. The three of you guys are on your own. Just like let's describe like one action that you guys do during that, so that we're not the party's not split up too much, and you guys can do all of that one action together, or each one of you has your own dedicated task. But again, just to put this in a frame of mind, it seems like, and again, I'm not pushing you guys, but I'm just saying it seems like there's a lot of conversation about something that needs to be done outside of
Mhm.
so.
Mhm.
But there's also a sweet old coup we can do here. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
we
there's-
could just have a sweet old coup.
So you got the town.
And get everyone to work together because we
Yeah.
might. I feel like we're gonna need more than just us to get this done.
So let's go. Yeah. So everybody give yourself a second to think about it. But if anyone's got an idea what they'd like to do for your character to do for a few hours, go ahead and raise your hand. Ding ding. Okay. What do we think about him, Laura?
Going right back to where he was, not hours ago,
Uh-huh.
because now it seems more urgent than ever to have a raft to get to the
Fantastic.
Jeremys, and so he goes and starts working in earnest on the new raft.
Oh, very cool. Ah, I love this. Okay. Give me a luck roll. I'm gonna say this is like on a 1 or 2 something happens.
Okay, just on a d20,
A d6.
d6. Oh my.
Good odds.
Have a new 4.
A 4. Okay. There's a few bobs that pass by. They're like they kind of wave to you. They're excited that things are they're excited about like your escapades. You know.
One of the wooden little pegs that he uses to put it all together in his
Yeah.
little front teeth.
And you see that one of them, a couple of them, kind of like look over and become really curious about what they're doing. But then it seems like they stay focused on what they were going to do, and they're carrying like buckets of water to to like their houses.
Yeah.
So that was like to see if anybody was helping you out. Cool. So you're gonna keep working on your little raft.
Hi, Bob SOCKS would like to go and use some of those turnips. I'm gonna make some like food that's like easy to go for us.
Oh, amazing!
So we have some like sustenance along the way, and like so I'm like going through like my like treasure trove of like mushrooms, all that kind of stuff. It's like I'm like, this one's for when you need more energy. This one's for when you kind of need to sleep. I have like all these different
Mouse
like,
energy drink.
you know what I'm saying though?
You mean a mouse turd?
Oh.
That's really great. That's
Gives
really
you
great.
wings. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going through and like basically doing like the apothecary to go bag, which I was reading about the other day. Actually, it's very smart. I was like, make sure you have all the things that you need, all your weird little witchy items,
Yep.
for your go bags as well when you when you pack for your adventures.
For sure.
So I'm definitely gonna put one of those
Your
together.
poultices.
Yes.
I love this. I think this is so in tune with what you're all about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that this is a relatively like successful kind of thing for you. Roll 2d4.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
That's 2.
So
I know,
many
but I
map-
have
All
to
of
find them.
them.
They're in the middle.
Oh yeah, the caltrops.
They are underneath many
They
things.
just
Hi, I'm
slide
using
and
studio.
hide.
studio
Stab
dice.
you.
Yeah, it's like they're like the Lego of the.
Lost one in my bedroom once.
Yeah. Oh God. And you found it, and I'm sure it was great.
It took a long time. I did not step on it though.
Oh my gosh. 2-2.
Great. 4. Okay, so you figure out how you want to rearrange this, but this equals to you have 4 little chits of rations. Each ration chit is 3 slots. This is a shit ton of food.
Yeah, that's a lot of food.
Also, I will say, and you
You
don't have
said
to.
4 times 3 is what we have, basically.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. So you have 4 things of rations, and each one of those rations has 3 uses.
Great.
Love it. This is very great. And I'll say that I love the flavor that you tossed into it. You don't have to come up with it right now, but
Mm-hmm.
in the future, when you guys consume those, you every time you consume a piece, there's a 1 in 6 chance that it's going to have an additional magical mushroomy benefit.
Ooh.
Which, depending on what situation you guys are in, the benefit might be very useful. You can use your ducks to improve the rolls, etc., etc., etc. You guys get it. But you can cook up some ideas for what those benefits could be. You don't have to have them right now, but
Okay. Great.
this is good. We're stocking up.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Hope.
So I
I'm
think what
baking
Bob
if
Hope's
you-
going to do is he's going to go back to his family shop and he's going to take the map that we were looking at in the elder's house. Take the map with him. Also, if it's possible to get the map from the moles yet, awesome. I want to leather work a map since we're going to be dealing with water.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it's going to survive and not get destroyed if it gets flooded or. So he wants to press in leather
Yeah.
this map.
Pull it.
This is
Exactly.
so
This is the stood up sequence in the horror movie
Yeah,
right
good
before they go to
montage.
battle.
Right, yeah.
This is great.
This is We're about to
Suiting up,
rage.
making food, building a boat,
Yeah.
taking a nap. Hell yeah. Let's
Honestly,
go.
that's what you need to be
You
ready.
nap, bro.
You already have like your powers. That's what you have to do is to refill yours though.
Bob Hope, I love this. This is really beautiful. I'm gonna say this is just a great idea. You're able to visit the bent folds. They've got a scrap. It is written with like dirt and ash, and is very messy because again they cannot see. But there is like it's all kind of scratched together. And the thing is, you can kind of line it up to a typical map, and you can see all of this, like the spider veins kind of like branching out throughout the world. And I want to say you take that. What we'll do here is you start to leather work. So you're gonna have a map that you can use, and it's gonna be waterproof. But additionally, because I think this is such a dope idea, whenever you guys want to find like an access point to a particular tunnel, to like a mole tunnel, I think similarly with like a 1 in 6 chance, there's a 1 in 6 chance that you just are able to find it.
Oh.
Like you just happen to be near one. And that'll sort of represent how this map is able to give you access to the tunnels. And again, you have those ducks. You'll be able to. If you guys are like, we need to find that tunnel, you can narratively always, butter that up.
Love it.
Rad. I love this. Great, right? Okay. And it's 4 hours later. And Bob threw 3. What a sleepy fella. Okie dokie. Great. So, at this.
Uh-oh, I don't like that laugh, Bill.
Yeah, I come back with 1.
Oh,
Whoa.
God.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is,
Let's go.
But you do have 10 ducks. So
Oh, can I use a duck to re-roll that?
yes, you can.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm using a duck.
Yeah, do it.
Yep.
One is not enough for
Okay,
me.
3. That's
Okay,
better.
3's a lot better.
We can take that.
Better.
And what's the max of your will?
7.
Okay, yeah, 3.
But, I'll go to a 3.
Look, not to necessarily lean too much into the gambling side of ducks. I will just put this out there. I was thinking about this and I figured I'd just offer it. Moving forward, you guys can spend a duck to reroll something. But if you just want like the success, you just put 2 down.
Okay.
And then
Double down, that's what
you
I'm
just
hearing.
double down. That's it. And you can double down at any point, right? Like the whole system where somebody spends a duck and somebody else can spend
Right.
another duck.
Right.
You never know. You might roll something, right? If you double down, you kind of get like your desired roll, which could be kind of powerful,
Yeah.
right? You can max out damage and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So just putting it out there.
Good to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Gamblers.
Let's
Gambler.
go.
All right. So we've reconvened. Got a sweet map. Working on that raft. I will say that depending on how you want to do this, you could take your raft parts with you if you were to travel, and you could continue working on it. So that's an option.
I think his goal is actually for it to be something that like he could wear as a backpack. He's a pretty big mouse.
Sweet.
But just like maybe it folds in half and then it's just got straps on it.
Okay. Yeah, we can make that work. I think I will say that would just like take up 2 slots
Sure.
of your inventory. Are you
I'll
comfortable
make
with
a
that?
raft item. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
carry
okay.
a lot of
Mhm.
stuff.
Love that.
And if you want help with leather straps, let me know.
Aha.
So you're back. Where do you guys reconvene now that it's a few hours later?
I mean, my thought is kind of somewhere away from Elder Bob's place. Maybe the boathouse?
Yeah, so you could probably like Bob and Laura would have said like, I'm gonna go build a boat.
I love that. You're like, sure.
Yeah. Just like a normal person does, right?
Must be Tuesday.
Yeah.
Should we take a boat to get there?
It's gonna take me a bit to finish, but I think a boat would be very useful to have.
Well, maybe we could take some time to build it before we go.
Yeah, we could do that. Wouldn't mind. The hope is that it's big enough that all 4 of us would fit, but
Well, we could all
that
work
we can
on it.
carry it over land. And he kind of like folds it in half and just kind of puts his hands where the little hole, where the straps would go, and just like puts it on his back. Looks a little bit like a walking mousetrap.
A lot of planks.
Yep. And just sets the frame down.
If you guys let me know if you guys want to work on.
I mean,
the
I
raft
don't
together.
know. How do we have to go fast or go smart or go safe? Right?
Good
I
question.
mean, maybe it makes sense to take the time to really get ready, and you could help Bob and Laura build the boat. And
I just don't know how much time we have left.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Oh, you know what? I'll just bring it with me, and when we sit down for a little rest time, if you start squeaking again or whatever,
yeah,
and I'll just work on it.
will it be big enough to bring Steve?
Good point. I'll make sure there's room for 5.
That's a good idea.
Well, I'd love to offer this. It's like a lovely, because I think this is a lovely sentiment here. If you guys are all down with just cashing in 1 duck, just 1, I'd say all of you could help out, and we could fix this, make this raft together, if you'd like that.
Yeah.
If you'd like that. But I will,
Whatever you say, boss.
But I will ask that narratively each one of you share a thing that you add to the raft that makes it that little touch of your little love. Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
cute.
down. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's make a raft.
Bam, 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 bam.
All right, so we'll spend a duck on that.
I'm also from a completely above the table thing.
Okay, yeah.
Right. I still am drained from the very
Oh,
when I was
God,
using
yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
Right. And so I'm at disadvantage on will saves
Good lord.
until I take a full rest, and a full rest is a week.
Good lord.
Which is why I was like, what if we like spend some time and
Just hanging
build the
out.
boat and get our stuff together? But I don't know if we have a week.
Yeah.
Right, that's the whole thing. Like, I'll just whatever. I'll deal with the fact that I'm, whenever I got to make a will save, I'm at disadvantage. That's what ducks are for. But
Back.
yeah, I mean, he's like, he's a little logy
Yeah.
as he walks around. But whatever we want to do is
What a
all good
trooper.
because
I'm good either way.
I don't know how long it will take us to build the boat. But I love the idea that we're all chipping in and building the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it seems reasonable to me that maybe this is what you guys do for the rest of the day.
Mhm.
But I think if without their help, it would be something that would take you several
week.
days, right?
Yeah.
A week or something. So I think it's kind of a lovely way for you guys to pass the time.
Yeah.
So
Like, I'm cool with being drained until some amount of time eventually passes.
okay. Well, who has something cute that they want to contribute to the raft? How do you, Bob Hope? How do you improve upon the raft?
So the first thing I do when we were talking about building the boat is, especially when you mentioned wanting to wear it as a backpack, I know exactly what to do. I go and grab some leather straps and leather scraps that we have from the shop, and I emboss them in with our names and the boat on a river, like on the straps.
Oh,
Actually, not our names. One strap has the boat with the river, and the other strap says Gertrude.
Oh,
amazing,
darling.
Oh,
The boat with the straps.
beautiful,
Very,
beautiful,
very
Bob
sweet.
Hope. Add some nice straps, make it easier to carry. The story of the raft is already on there. Gorgeous. Bobby Socks or Bob through 3. Any thoughts?
Absolutely. I want to make sure that she stays seaworthy and fair and stays yar. And so I was watching Philadelphia Story one too many times over the holiday season. As you do. Oh, Cary Grant. So I want to make sure. So I know about some really sweet like mud that's near some of my favorite fungus
Ooh.
that actually has some really nice properties of making sure that the wood stays nice and doesn't take in too much water, so it doesn't get flammable, and it also doesn't it both keeps it from basically it's protection.
Yeah.
For
Little tar-like quality to
correct,
it. Mhm.
correct.
It's a sealant and a binding agent.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
So I want to make sure it stays extra strong, and that's something I am bringing to.
yeah.
The
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, she looks sturdy. Sturdy AF.
Yeah.
So 303 shows up with the little like half nut shell that he uses as his little water basin. And he's got like a thin like piece of metal, like maybe not as big as a needle would be to us, but like a a little piece of one, some little that he's scabbing somewhere. And he sets it up and he puts the shell down, and then he puts some water in the shell, and he finds like a little something that floats, like that can float in the water, like cork or something that is just naturally occurring around us, some bit from a tree or something with bark or something that floats in it. And then he reaches in his bag and he kind of digs around and he pulls out like one of the magic stones, and he takes it and he starts like doing this on the little piece of metal.
Mm-hmm. It's got a little
Right.
flint.
And he does it for a while, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the last charge in the magic missile thing
Cool.
because of what they actually are. And he doesn't know. This is one of these like he doesn't know why he knows this. He just does it.
Yeah.
He can't explain it to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you ask, he does it, and then he sets the little thin piece of metal that's on the floating thing in the water, and you see it go.
You mean the compass?
And so he makes a he's like,
It always points the same direction. So if we're on the water and we start to get lost and we know we need to go, this will always point the same way. So
That's great.
maybe we could use it on the boat to find our way.
Absolutely.
Makes a dang compass.
so he makes a little
Damn.
magnetic compass.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Wow. Bob and Lore,
I'll have to recharge that.
got this wrapped.
Yeah.
Leather straps. So well sealed. And it's got a compass. Finish it off. What does it look like? What's the final touch, and how do you feel?
As everyone's working, Bob and Lore is just like completely in the zone. He's got the little wood spikes and his hammer out, and it's like constantly tap 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 tap, sound of a plank, tap 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 tap, all the way through, just ahead of Bobby SOCKS, obviously, because he has to come in and seal it, obviously. And when they get to the middle, they make sure that there's enough space for the straps to get mounted in, and like leaves enough room, you know, like when someone's laying a floor and they're waiting for a board to get cut correctly, so it's like planks, a gap, and then planks, just so that Bob Hope can come in and perfectly secure the straps, because that's his world. And then at the very there's a hinge in the middle for it to fold in half, obviously, so that we can carry it. But one of them is a little bit longer, so that there's enough room for 5, as promised. But at the front of it, it also makes it so there's a safe little inset spot for the compass to go. And once all the boards are laid and the straps are set and it's all tarred and beautiful, right in front of that spot where the compass is, we see Bob and Lure laying on the ground with all of his little micey legs all splayed out, except he's got his 2 front paws out. And he has little, I think it's just like a piece of chipped stone and his hammer. And he tap, 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 tap. And we see as he slowly etches the last of the Roman numerals for Gertrude 2. And
Incredible.
yeah,
Your one true love.
yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2, the second one.
Brilliant, gang. We built a raft.
Wheels around.
Hey!
Amazing. We have a raft. It's gorgeous. Everybody's contributed. Everybody's involved. It's kind of like the end of the evening. You guys can take a little rest. Wake up. You can probably
Yay.
recover some other stuff.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I get to roll. I'll get to roll.
Hey, that's much better than the last roll.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only need 2. Roll good.
7.
Roll into the tray.
Ah.
Roll into the tray.
Okay.
Too good. There, perfect. Done. We did it.
Yes, my will is back.
I will. be
Nice.
back.
My will returns.
I am at full everything. We're
Yeah.
doing it, folks.
Full everything.
But that's okay.
Get my strong mousy stats back.
How's Hope doing?
Doing okay. I still have I believe one strength damage, but other than that, I'm okay.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Okay. We're so close.
May I have that?
We're throwing dice.
Yeah.
Hi, we're really throwing it.
Yeah.
Bob and Lure.
For the listeners,
Sleep.
Terry is chucking dice as hard as possible.
Ooh,
across the- Ow,
Worth
ow,
it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Bob and Lure sleeps on Gertrude too,
Yeah.
who is laid now in the boathouse. And so he just curls up on it. He's got a perfectly good little like spot to sleep on, but he sleeps on Gertrude too.
Incredible. I love this. Okay. Come the morning. You've got your raft.
Yeah.
She's seaworthy.
Oh yeah.
there's a bit of bustle in town. People are just kind of getting about their work. And the assistant pops up. Love the raft. Oh my god. So well sealed. Look at the leather work. 10 out of 10. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Is this a compass? You know what I mean? Okay. Here's the deal. She shows you her clipboard. And she says, I, left out the gory details, so to say. But I was just taking a poll of a few Bobs, and you see she's got a long list. Who, I don't know, just if they've ever heard of Steve's, if they know anything about Steve's. Curious. It seems like most folks here either know someone who was related to a Steve, who had a friend back in the days of Steve, had a romantic, perhaps a tete-a-tete with a Steve. It seems there are some folks here who hold Steve's kind of dear. I don't know what you want to do with that. I don't know what the Steves really need, but there's some Bobs here that I think are willing to volunteer to help. But just want you to know, I know it's a tense little time, and the other Bobs doing what she thinks is right. But I think the community is, well, I don't know, could be concerned about Steve's. I think that it's not just all about Bob's. It could be about Steve's too. Just thought you should know that. Okay. Ciao. And she
Hold on. Before you run away, I just want to say
Yes.
thank you for doing that. And if we need to call for reinforcements, if you will,
Wink, wink.
we'll keep you on standby.
Or if any Steves find themselves in need, we'll send them your way
A
first.
Steve in need is a friend indeed.
Yes.
Yes, yes, and yes. You got it. Well, you know where to find me. You can always hear me in town going. "Ba, ba, ba." Okay, see ya. She wants to skip herself.
Sings her own theme
Oh
song.
my gosh.
I love her. What a diva.
Obsessed with her, actually.
Cool. So yeah, just a little tidbit there. Okay. Well, so I want to just do a quick time check. We are kind of approaching some kind of wrap up points, but where your interests lie?
Gotta get to those Jeremys.
You want to get to the Jeremys. There's ways to travel fast. There's ways to travel regular.
We got a boat.
You got a boat. Yeah. So, what do you guys think?
Well, I've got to check in with the network.
Oh, are you gonna start squeaking again?
I hope not.
All right. And if you do, we know the solution.
I,
Sleep.
yep. Good sleep, no squeak, except for Steve.
Where do you have to be to check in with this network?
Pretty much any place.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Well, that's
wait.
easy.
But don't you have to talk to it?
Well, I'm not really sure. Before, when I talked to it, there was mushrooms around. I think so. I have to find a mushroom, but not
Do you know where any mushrooms are?
yeah, like a live
Bobby has
mushroom.
a
You
CKS.
didn't
Hello, I'm right here. Why are you staring at me like that?
because you're so pretty.
Aw, thanks. I feel great.
Sonic, no notes.
Yeah, if I can find it, you could. I'm sure you know where all the good mushrooms are. I
Yeah.
need like a good friendly mushroom.
Oh, good friendly one. Okay, great.
talk to.
Any other properties I should know about? I should be looking for because I could get you pretty much any kind of thing.
No, I mean probably the deeper the roots, the better. So if
Okay,
if there's
long-rooted,
like a real
friendly.
big old
Yeah,
deep-rooted friendly mushroom.
yeah.
I will say for flavor, it could definitely be any kind of mushroom, but mechanically, you just gotta eat some mushrooms
Okay.
and tap in.
Right. But I don't think he even knows. The only time when he talked to the network before, he talked to the mushrooms that were there.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So he probably thinks he needs to do
Totally,
that.
totally. Yeah. So, okay.
So I'm gonna be like, hold on. I like rifle through my little like satchel of like of delicious shrooms. this one.
And it's just like a long,
Yeah,
like,
Right.
you know,
the dangly looking,
thready, dangly,
yeah.
Okay, mate. I don't know if it has to be like in the ground though.
It's not. That's just a really long stem.
Oh, okay.
He'll hold it and like touch the stems to the ground.
Good.
That's how this works.
Good, yeah.
Maybe okay.
And then it's gonna pull the truffle, which I don't know how we're like showing that it's using charges on if it's dimmer, and I'm just
Oh, I
nibbling
think
little bits
well, I
off, or
think
I'm
you're
actually
literally
like, I'm
taking
like,
bites out of it.
right,
It's just
right.
smaller because you've eaten it. So, enough
Right.
of it. Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like it's got like one good bite left off of it.
Right. But thankfully, as you move the mushroom down to the ground, the roots kind of seem to move on their own and kind of plug into the floor.
Oh,
And so
Okay.
you get a sense that if you could find to be real close to this mushroom,
right. Okay, so he's gonna like get in and like nuzzle up right next to the mushroom, and maybe it's like one of those with fluted up top mushrooms. So he's like
Microphone.
like a phone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like the old school phones on the wall, which was the you know.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Mr. Bell?
So yeah, he gets in there, and then he's like, he'll take the last bite
okay.
of that.
No, but I'm saying you don't have to take the last bite, but you could totally feel like if
I don't.
no, you just need to be close to this
Oh.
mushroom. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
do I know? Do I like sense that somehow?
I think, I was thinking that like the roots kind of connect to the floor, and I love that this fluted moment that I feel like it just kind of urgently kind of
Oh.
like looks up to you.
Hello. It's 303. Hello, Mushroom Network.
And yeah, there's
Are
like
you
a little
there?
like a little chime.
Yeah.
You are tuned in to the Marketed Network. I think it's that insane. Hello, who summons the mother?
It's 303.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
The mouse.
Yeah. I'll be checking in like I said I would check in.
Hello. Oh, thank you very much.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Well, not well.
All right.
Drowning.
I'm sorry.
Yes, doing
Right. So are you,
poorly.
so you're drowning because you're underwater?
Yes.
And was you underwater before? Or is it like what was it like before you were underwater?
We like moisture. This is too much moisture.
All right, but were you like in a cave? Where's the soul patch? I'm trying to figure out where the soul patch.
The Soul Patch is a beautiful, beautiful stretch of land, moist, fertile, full of carcass and the like, and detritus of all sorts. But now it is a watery grave.
Okay. So, is there anything around you? How will I find you to help you?
You must go towards the water.
All right, there's a lot of water.
Yes. But the water is flowing.
Okay.
It's flowing through and out of the Soul Patch. We can feel the currents moving.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
feel the water reaching.
Okay.
We are trying to move some of our spores along the water, but not many of them can survive the trek.
All right. So we have to find a place where the water's. It used to be a beautiful, lush, carcass-filled utopia.
Gorgeous carcass.
Right.
Stunning.
So many good
Yeah.
carcasses.
Oh.
And then we have to. But there's water now, and the water's flowing through,
Yes.
and there's a lot of water.
Yes, the water connects. Ah, Mother feels it. There is a current that passes through. It's passing through, but the current is obstructed by larger structures. We're surrounded on all sides by obstructions.
How far can you feel the water?
Well,
He's gonna go over to the river and be like, "Oh, I can't because I have to hold the thing, right?" And so I'm like,
Can somebody hit the water really hard? Can you feel that? We're hitting the water where we are really hard.
Just
We're
the
gonna
amount
go
jumping in the
boom,
water.
boom, 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 boom. Can you do that?
Puddle. Jumping up. Bob and Laura is just having a grand old time jumping in
Okay,
the water.
they were jumping really loudly on the water.
Mother senses your presence. Are you nearby?
Well, we don't know.
Oh,
Does it feel like we're close, or is it far away?
the water's connecting us,
Yes.
but far. No,
Okay,
I
alright.
can sense you on the periphery of Mother.
Oh, all right. Okay. Then we're gonna try to get closer. Maybe this is a way we can check in, because we're gonna take the water to try to find you.
It's very smart. I knew you were the right one to connect with.
Oh, okay, good.
Aww.
Okay,
You're coming.
yes, we will be there.
Wow. I appreciate you keeping your promise. I appreciate you being noble and helping Mother. How can Mother help you?
Well, you helped us. You helped my friends. You saved
Yes,
my
but that
friends.
was the other day. Now is today. Come on,
Oh.
you know, it's a.
Hang on a second, please. Okay, he wants to know how they can help. The mushroom wants to know how to help. How can the network
Perhaps
help?
if any of the mushrooms are able to communicate with any of the other mice, the Steves,
The ones that have eaten
the Max-
the mushrooms.
Hey, we know
Yes?
that there's some mice that are being fed mushrooms? Do you know anything about that? They're called Steves.
It is a cruel thing that is being done. I suppose to both mushroom and mouse.
Right. So maybe we have a common enemy.
Perhaps. Who is this enemy?
He's called the Wizard.
Yes.
That's as much as we know.
There is a disturbance in the mushroom.
Forest? The mushroom forest? Is there a disturbance in the forest?
There is a disturbance in the forest. It's a disturbing forest indeed.
That feeling about it.
Something is warping the magic of the mushrooms,
Oh no.
but it's being warped by mice. Not by mice, but the mice are warping the magic. Maybe the magic is warping the mice as well.
I think that maybe
It's changing us
that's it.
both.
Okay. Is that close to where you are or far from where you are?
Where we are, there are mice that they are not strictly alive in your sense of understanding.
Oh, okay.
It seems that which flooded and sealed us and has drowned us has come for the mice in this area as well. So I can
Okay.
feel those mice,
Okay.
but they're not alive, unfortunately.
But do they move around?
No, I can feel them because the spores are rising, but they have not been
Oh.
touched by the warp magic.
Oh,
These are different
okay.
mice.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, we'll check in when we get closer. Okay, thanks. Bye.
And he's like,
All right. Well, next time I can
Mm.
do something for you, like I don't know. You want some mushroom magic? Whatever. You know. We're staring on the. You know, you're doing things for me. I'm doing the things for you.
Okay, I'll think.
Maybe it's a thing that mushrooms only do because we've got caps, but we call it capitalism. You and we pay you back.
Okay.
But it's fine if you just want
No,
information.
I mean we're really communal, so maybe we have commune. I'm not sure, but
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. We have a
No cap. No cap.
Well, we'll talk to you soon. I
Well,
hope
think
you.
about that because we
Yes.
probably will need some help. Do you know anything about a magic truffle?
And building communities, sometimes they call that communism.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear that other part.
Oh,
It's so
sorry.
confusing.
I know there's a lot going on here. I'll think about. We'll think about it, and then I'll call you on the mushroom.
You found the truffle of true talk.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Yes.
Yes, it's a-
Yeah.
It's
I
a most.
did.
It's a beloved treasure. It's natural magic.
I'll take care of it.
Unwarped.
We have to figure out. I think there's only one bite left, though. Can I regrow it somehow?
You can.
Okay. Do you have any idea how to do that? That'd be a really great thing to tell us.
Well, oh, this is a curious one. I will say that it is from whence it went into, from hence it must come forth.
Okay.
That is the rule of the
Alright.
true talk truffle.
Okay. All right. Okay. That sounds like
All right.
the dark side of the forest, but we'll figure it out. we'll know where to put
I'll
it.
be here for you. Mother out.
Are we talking about the Empire?
Almost
What
at the end.
happened?
So, wow, okay.
And I don't know. I don't know if like everybody like if it actually comes out like as an actual phone or just into my head. And it's just
I love that could be a choice for you. I wonder if it's
Okay.
fun for everybody here, for you to
Right.
just be like have these really bizarre experiences.
Yeah,
that
or-
are
or yeah, maybe it's
super
like
funny
you
for me that
only-
we can't hear it.
right. But like you hear, I think you hear my side
Oh,
because
yeah.
I figure I actually have to say it.
It's
right?
a phone call, you
Right,
know.
it's a phone call, but you're only getting my side. So 303 will lore dump,
Yeah.
and we'll share all the stuff, and then basically
This truffle, is it some kind of mushroom heirloom?
I'm maybe it might be. He said it was really
Go on.
important. He said it was really important, and that it has to, from whence it came, it must return again, and that's how it recharges. And there's only one bite left.
Like the dirt.
Maybe is that where truffles come from? Where do truffles come from?
The
The
dirt.
dirt.
Okay. So yeah, maybe we have to bury it
Alright.
after I use the last bite, and then it will
Oh,
recharge or
yeah,
something.
yeah. It'll probably regrow itself. It can
Oh, yeah.
regenerate.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have one more. There's one more bite left before we have to do that. But it seems like it lets me talk with anything.
That's great.
That can be rather helpful.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it leaves me squeaky sometimes. But
Yeah.
yes.
It seems like that's just a side effect because every time you've done it, you've gone squeaky.
and kind of looks over at Steve's like
So far.
like side eyes Steve like
Steve just with his hands.
Steve.
Steve.
Steve,
Steve.
did you eat mushroom?
And he points to the mushroom. Kind of thinks about it. And nods his head.
Oh, and then I like go through my bag like this one, this kind, this
Oh
kind.
my god.
Which
Oh,
kind?
and then he like emphatically like kind of like shakes like
Okay.
this. And then he thinks about it again, starts looking through your mushrooms. And then he kind of looks at you and goes, seems like he's not sure.
Oh, you don't remember which one you ate?
Shrugs.
Well, if the wizard was feeding the Steve's mushrooms, perhaps the wizard did something to it to make it look different.
It's also
And
probably not something I would have in my bag 'cause I don't carry evil mushrooms like that.
You were just saying that the network was just saying that they were eating corrupted magic.
Yeah. It's like something that's bad for the mushrooms and bad for the mice.
So perhaps the
Steve's.
mushrooms are also corrupted as well as the mice.
I think so. It seemed like no one was getting anything good out of it.
Yes.
I guess except whatever the wizard,
The wizard.
wants.
What does the wizard want? What's a wizard?
I don't know.
Usually someone who does something magic,
Oh,
Alright.
All right.
but sometimes they can be a good wizard
But
or
you
a
do
bad
magic.
wizard.
You're not a wizard. Are you a wizard?
No,
Alright. I don't know.
I'm just a practitioner.
No, but Bobby Salt is right. According to the stories, a wizard can be kind and grant wishes,
Mm-hmm.
or it can be bad and do bad things to other mice and other creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I've just
They're
heard the
very
word wizard.
powerful.
Like, alright.
That's all I know.
We'll take your word for it.
You ever go see a magic show?
No.
Bobby's like,
Honestly,
fuck that.
perfect answer.
No.
I was like, I don't want to see magic. Excuse me.
Well, sometimes I go to the magic castle.
You're
Really
right.
cool.
You're right.
Amazing. So, gang, raft's ready. Do you guys want to set sail? Is this what you guys are into?
We're going
I
to
mean,
Jeremy's.
I'm like not.
we stock up with the rations and the
I got pies in my bag. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. What do we want to stock up
There are
with?
two things that I'd want to do before we leave.
Yes, amazing.
One is I would like to stop by my father who's passed, his grave,
Mm.
and kind of just talk to him real quick, explain, I'm going on an adventure, I won't be around, but I'm following in your footsteps, and I'm gonna be the hero you told me about in all the stories, and all that nice little graveside moment.
Yeah. as you're kind of having a little moment with your father, is there a piece of advice or a memory that comes to you from a time with your father?
Yeah.
Just in this moment.
There's the moment, I think the first time he went to go with the guard to go fend off something that was gonna attack the town. And I didn't understand why he had to go.
The first time your father went to
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he explained to me that sometimes you have to put yourself in harm's way to protect the people you love. You have to be the shield, the armor for the people who can't wear armor. And so that's kind of like going through his head, is like, I have to be that for the town now.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Wonderful. So you have a moment with your dad. I like these bits of like background, and sometimes some of the moments when we sort of get people to also embody NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that grants us a duck.
Oh, cool.
Aww.
Yeah.
That was lovely.
And the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to send a note, maybe through Bobaran, to the...
How do you find Bobaran? Like, what's like?
You just
a
start
telltale-
whispering.
Yeah,
God.
ba 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 ba.
Oh, hey! So you gotta comes
Like
to
a
a
bat
skinny
signal.
hole. Hey, hey, buddy.
So I had the message to Bobaran to give to the elder, and the message says, we have decided that we are going to find the Steves and find out what's happening and try to save the town our way. But remember, something you said, there are fewer things smaller than a mouse. Unless one mouse becomes a group of mice.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully Elder reads into that and like has to change her heart. But if not,
It's on you.
I love that. Unless they become a group. Beautiful. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Bob Hope.
For bringing us hope to the game.
Also, I just realized because this is a new day, not to interrupt the flow, but hey, we get to roll up ducks again.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
'cause
amazing.
You guys didn't really use them
We got
like
an
the
up duck.
previous day. Yeah, but we might as well get into the routine
Well-
of it.
What am I supposed
got
to
you.
roll?
thank God.
At D6.
Okay.
1, 6, 7.
6.
Hell yeah.
1, 2, 6.
Come on. Yes.
What is the one you use?
Symmetry. We love symmetry.
Oh, you guys are nice and stacked. So that's 14 plus the duck you just earned there. So that's 15 altogether.
Heck
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
For a
I'm sorry, that's so beautiful.
What do you get?
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh.
Love it.
Uh,
Okay, great. Does anybody else want to do something before y'all set out on this great
I want to go
voyage?
find Elder Bob.
Oh.
Okay.
And
All right,
taking
I'm
us straight
just
to
going
her?
to check in because I had left them with a beautiful mushroom
Oh, you did. Yes.
to make them feel better. I want to see if they had any type of enlightenment. Wow. They may have enjoyed their little treat.
And was it like actually a positive mushroom, or were you?
It was
trying to fuck
meant
them?
to enlighten them.
Okay, fantastic.
Hmm.
Not
Not that I'm a sorcerer or wizard and not trying to do any magic, but
did
did it work? Did my
Right.
spell?
do you? Yeah, you knock on their door
Mhm.
and they open it up. And, oh, come on in. Come on in.
Yes, Elder Bob.
I had a most miraculous discovery.
What did you find,
I've come
Elder
upon a
Bob?
particular truth. It's this mushroom. It really made me think, reflect a lot on the last few days. And you know what it made me realize? That if I imbibe the IPA before I drink the cinnamon port, that's the other way around.
less likely of a hangover.
Yeah, girl.
This is very good. The mushroom was good to soothe my weary brain. And what brings you to my nook?
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
I'm grateful for that discovery for you, for your future.
Yes.
Anything else happen to pass your neural pathway?
Oh, there's a very large vocabulary you have.
I've read a lot of books.
Yes, well, I haven't read that one on the neural pathways.
Uh-huh.
We should check it out. Yes. Well, I was just chatting up, getting ready for Bobsgiving is always ushers in the new seasons, and well, the autumn's over, and here comes the winter, as it does every year. I was just going to check on my stocks, going to check around town if everyone's ready for the cold climates.
Oh, so you are aware that the climate does sometimes change. Okay. And then I'm going to leave at that.
Yes, but it's always changing. It's never anything weird or different. It's just always changing. That's just what it does.
Elder Bob, before I run away,
Yes.
make sure they prepare for extra potential rain and floods. And I'll leave them at that. Leave them at that.
Great. I think you just notice a bit of
She's
Like-
wild.
she's got just a sense of a little bit the youth are being condescending to the elders.
Uh-huh.
That's fine. I don't care.
Thank you for your wisdom, young one. And she kind of goes
Okay,
back into her
Bobber.
rack. Gosh. Sorry to disappoint you guys.
No,
She's still,
yeah.
still got a ways
No,
to go.
she was right on.
3 to 3?
No.
Nothing to tell you up.
No,
Okay, great.
No.
That's good. Good. Bob and
Are you
Laura?
worried?
Yeah.
I was like, that was
Yeah.
said with fear and trepidation for the hit points that you barely have
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
the
You're like
thread
tissue
that you
paper.
were hanging
No,
on.
I'm good. I'm all good. I'm only down 2 strength, and then I'm all flush. It's all good.
You know.
But I'm nervous for the journey, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to pay extra attention to Steve.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he's gonna be your bellwether. I feel like for sure.
Bob and Lure begins to goes, and anytime that he's gonna leave the village for any duration, he kind of battens down the hatches on the boathouse. And he walks up and has again that crisis of faith in the community that took him in. And looks at the side of the boathouse, this place that he's built up since he's been here. And steps back and starts to not close it. Like maybe if nature just takes it, that might be okay. But then I think he sees 303 with Steve and sees everyone start to come and collect themselves here. Sees Bob Hope with all of his adventuring spirit and his bright young eyes.
Oh,
And he sees Bobby SOCKS with all of their mushrooms and their knowledge and their desire to bring the community together. And he looks up at his boathouse and starts to seal down all the sides to make sure that when he comes back, there is still a house
something to
for
come
him.
home to. We have hope. Literally
Beautiful.
riding with us.
Beautiful. All right. All aboard. Yeah.
And then he opens up Gertrude too, like, look at my beautiful ship.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. She folds gorgeously, and she with a real solid sense of presence and real weight, kind of, aloft,
Splash
alight
down.
on the water, with grandeur. It splashes very, with almost like a plum, it almost the water doesn't go everywhere. Like the water goes away from the raft, It's designed so it's not to splash in.
Take a little, leaf of grass that has a little bit of water and just break it on the side.
Gertrude too.
Gertrude.
Oh,
Oh.
Aye,
Well, as you guys toast Gertrude and you guys pile on, and Steve jumps on with you, you guys push off. As you do, you just see along the shore, waving at you, your secret admirer. She's out there, and she's got a basket with some goodies for you, and she seems a little unsure.
Bob and Lure takes off his little stocking cap that he wears all the time, kind of waves it, and takes a deep bow while holding his little like river boatman stick.
Sorry, that's the cutest thing I ever did.
She, even from as far away as you are, she blushes deeply, curtsies, and scoots away. Gang, you guys set out. Let's do this. All right, we'll do. Let's do the cinematic thing. The cinematic thing is, before we get into the roles,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a year from now, and it's Bobsgiving, and a book is opened, and a voice is reading about the journey of Bob Hope, of Bob and Lore, Bobby SSCKS, and Bob 303. And someone is reading the story a year from now about these 4 adventurers who set out to save the Steves. That's in the future. We're gonna come back to the present moment. Let's do a few real quick, quirky traveling rolls.
Yeah.
Nothing too complicated. We're gonna do. So just to check in, we're gonna do fast travel or we're gonna do regular travel. So
what's the difference?
the difference is this: if you guys do regular travel, all right, the Jeremys we've established are about a day and a half away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you do fast travel, you'll be there by the end of today. So basically half the time. When you travel regularly, and I know it's kind of this is the part of the game that sort of is like if you have a map in front of you, it sort of lets you kind of easier for you guys to track. And so maybe we could consider getting something physical like that. But basically, when you're traveling regular, you're essentially potentially running into things every what's called a watch, right? So it's 6 watches to get the Jeremys, 4 watches in a day, so that's a day and a half. If we do half of that, that's 3 watches. So you guys are basically within a day can travel there.
Yeah.
Typical travel, you're basically every watch. There's a potential that you might run into something. Something might slow you down. There's potential you might run into an encounter. But typically, you would travel at a regular pace if you want to have the potential to explore an area, to stop there, to regard it. Fast travel allows us to get to the place like really quickly. And all we do for this, right, is we just figure out what the weather is. We know what the terrain is because it's a river. Each one of you will roll on a lovely random table, because that's what old school games are all about, to see what landmark you guys notice. And then finally, to sort of like wrap up that, you guys will roll a fortune roll, which is basically like, how well was your journey for each of you individually? And then all you guys will do, given those things, the weather, the landmarks, and your fortune, those will be your prompts for you to just like, here's how my day went. And you just will tell me we'll tell a brief story about your travel. And that's it. And then we're there. Now, the fortune roll is like where it gets a little like dicey, because you roll and you might have lost something along the way. You might have suffered like an injury along the way. You know, but obviously there's going to be prompts for you to deal. But if you roll well, you could also be gaining something as well. So, and last but not least, because you're traveling fast, you guys will be consuming rations a little bit more rapidly. You will, because you're traveling fast also, you guys will all take the exhausted condition just because you are trying to move really fast. So it's just one of those things. And then we just take 1 duck from the team to travel fast. That's it. So I know there's kind of a bunch of stuff that I just laid out on you. But if you guys just want to kind of have the experience of fast travel, we can try that out. And then next week, you know, if you guys are traveling more, we can go slower.
Sounds like we will be traveling more by the if
Yeah.
and by the needs of what we've discussed tonight.
Right.
We got a lot of things to get done.
Yeah. But it might be that something prompts you to be like, oh, we need to kind of like check out all the surrounding areas, and therefore
And might
we
have
don't
to go
the
slow to
option
make
go
sure
fast,
buddy,
right?
little buddy gets.
And I'm
treated.
worried about you getting exhausted. That's like
I'm worried.
I'm worried about you getting exhausted.
Oh, it's real fun.
No.
No.
Oh, poor.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're the ship captain, so you know what we should go fast or slow.
Oh, I take things very leisurely. I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
I would agree. No. We love slow, quick, slow. It's really funny the dynamics between each
Yeah,
of these
really funny.
characters. They all are absolutely have a different pace. I feel like we're doing like viewpoints.
So
Mhm.
I think it sounds like Bob and Lure and I might say slow, but you might both want to go fast.
I think.
So Steve
Squeak, squeak.
Oh no.
Right.
or
Just gonna flip this button.
What we got?
So this says fast.
Ooh.
Steve also does a little quick.
Okay.
thing. Yeah. But he's also just an anxious fella. And also,
right.
you might not know what you're
I mean, same.
Sure, 100%.
well, so maybe the first time we go fast,
Sure.
and then we could see how that goes,
Perhaps
Yeah.
we can rest with the Jeremys.
and then we can.
Oh,
then we can
that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. Okay, we get there, get to the Jeremy's first.
And then we rest. A lot.
Amazing. Okay. So, shall we?
Yes.
2-2. Okay, here we go.
What did we roll?
All right, first things first, somebody roll me the weather.
D6.
Oh, sorry. 2d6 actually.
Oh.
Weather?
Not every day.
Oh no.
Go for
Terry.
it.
Go.
Oh
go,
god, now
Terry.
the pressure.
You
Oh
got it,
god.
you got it.
It's too intense. It's
You
too
don't talk
intense.
to-
You're the one that picked up your dice.
I did.
This is a you thing.
I did. Okay, great. I'm doing great. Get in your home.
It's not where I thought that word
Okay,
was
it's the
ending.
same that it was originally. Hi. 10.
10. Okay. The weather is overcast. Great. Do with that what you will. So it's overcast the entire time you guys are traveling.
No one's gonna get a little mouse burn.
Okay. We're traveling along the river. As we're traveling along the river, everybody roll a d20 and tell me what number you get, and I'll let you know what particular thing you noticed, what particular landmark you noticed.
A 6.
Love it. On this overcast day, on this overcast journey, you sail past, and a high waterfall caught your eye.
Ooh.
Oh,
Bob and Laura?
a 20.
Ooh. You sail past a wooden bridge stood out to you.
Ooh.
Cute. 8.
Okay, 8. Oh, well, this is something that you as the player would understand, but maybe as a mouse, not necessarily. But you see a huge concrete dam.
Is it near something steel looking?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob
19.
19. Ooh, you notice the twisted roots of massive trees. As you see those. So those are just the things, just right, like vibe, overcast. I'm seeing these things. Great. And now, everybody, let's roll your fortune to see how your trip went.
And
What did
each
we roll?
What do we
You each roll a d6, and as per usual, you want to roll low.
Come on,
Oh,
buddy.
okay.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, Claire.
Sure, I'm gonna use a different.
Did you
six,
finally
because-
do the opposite thing? Yeah.
Sure
mhm.
did. Sure did.
Same.
Sure
I don't
did.
know why. Today I rolled my Clara dice. It's the most cursed thing in my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll happen.
I used a different die.
That was good.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. All right. So
We did great.
We should have gone slow.
Yeah. It was great.
so for each one of you, again, this is going to be a prompt for you to narrate kind of
Right.
like what happens. All right. Choice is yours. On a 6, you have had an unfortunate journey.
Okay.
You can choose either to lose 1 duck, an additional duck to the one that's in, or lose 1 item, or choose to lose D4 of either HP or a stat. And you ruminate on which of those seems the most exciting to you. Bobby Socks?
Bobby Socks rolled a 2.
2. You traveled well.
Because I wanted to go fast.
That one duck you guys spend, you actually get to recover it. Or,
Yay.
up to you, you can also recover a ration. By the way, because of the fast travel, you guys would be consuming 2 rations each.
Okay.
Up to you if you think a duck versus a ration is more.
Oh, am I giving? Is it my rations from the pies, or is this just other regular rations, or do we have other rations?
I feel like you might have regular rations as well, so it's up
Okay,
to you.
great.
But you'd be consuming.
Yeah, I just
2 of
wanted
them.
to double check.
Yeah. But do you want to get the
I was
duck
like-
back or the food?
I would love to get the
Because we have so many ducks,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
We have like 15 ducks.
Do we need the food?
The food might be better at this
Food
point.
lasts a long time.
Okay, sure. I'll take the rations back.
Great. Okay. So then, amazing. So then, mark that you've only ate 1 ration. 1 thing.
Mhm.
Bob and Lore,
I got another one of those 6s.
this choice is yours.
Yeah.
You had an unfortunate journey. You either choose to lose a duck, or lose 1 item, or lose D4 to your HP or a stat. Okay. Think about that.
Yep.
And
I got a 4, baby.
4 is you traveled poorly.
Oh.
You get a choice. You either lose a duck or you lose a ration.
Oh.
We've got so many more rations.
All right. I'll lose a ration.
Okay.
So that's the end of that ration.
yeah.
So we
that means-
basically balanced out. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So with as you guys so any questions? Everybody's like clear on the prompts and
Yeah.
what
Mhm.
you guys rolled. All right. So take a second, and whenever one of you feels ready, raise a hand and tell me how this. So 3 watches is I guess is what like a 4 like it's like 18 hours or something.
Yeah.
You've been traveling for a long time.
Rolling, rolling.
You can drive from New Jersey to Florida in 18 hours.
Yeah. It'll get you all the way across the state of California by some miracle.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, so just describe with those prompts. Describe what your journey was like.
I think as we like cross around like I think a big tree is when the overcast sky kind of finally reveals, and I think even in a bit of clouds, that wooden bridge. And Bob and Lure is so taken by it because, bridge means that someone built it. Something in the history of this place built a wooden bridge here recently enough that the bridge is still intact. And he starts to kind of not talk about it too much, but like points at it and just kind of like it's in the right direction. So he's pushing the raft in that way. And because he's so taken by it, and this is probably some of the deepest water he's been in a while, he kind of, and it's a new boat, catches a little bit of the current in a way he didn't expect, and we actually run slightly on a stone, I think, looking at this bridge, and it immediately he's shocked back in and is like checking on everyone. We're all here. We're all okay. He like grabs Steve by the face and makes sure that he's okay, as okay as he is, and then goes to Gertrude and kind of looks her all over. She's beautiful. She's almost still perfect, but there's some boards that have kind of creaked a little loose. And so to fix it very quickly, he gets out on the rock that I think is like at water level, so his little paws are in the water.
So
And
cute.
he uses the last of his wooden stakes that I've had since the beginning to fix Gertrude up again so that we can continue our journey in earnest.
Okay, the stakes have been used up.
Yes.
The stakes have never been higher.
Stakes have never been. How was your journey?
Well, it wasn't great. It was better than some, but not as good as others.
Correct.
Real run of the mill. No, I think so. When Bob Hope is looking out across the water and sees this high waterfall, it's at that point he kind of realizes he's never really been out on the water before, and the the pressure of the waterfall and the water hitting him in the face and the kind of like waves in the river are getting a little bit, and he gets kind of little boat sick, and tosses his cookies off the side of the boat, and then has to eat more rations to kind of regather his strength. So
Yeah.
that's where those extra rations went, was trying to
Oh,
replace the food that
poor
went over the
Bob.
side.
Okay. Tosses his cookies.
Oh, bud.
What's to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go.
How was your journey?
So, as we're going past that big tree, right? I'm like, and I'm very enamored by all the twisted roots in this tree. It just seems like massive, right? There's more trees, and so 303 is like leaning over the side to like look at the roots when the boat
Oh,
bumps.
yep.
And so 303 goes ass over tea kettle
Uh-oh.
into the water.
No.
And he's in the water, and he starts to do the very fastest pause,
Panic,
like
panic.
panicking and trying to get up. And then he feels like something's lifting him.
Oh.
And while everyone is looking forward at the bridge and settling themselves and steadying themselves, so no one kind of sees it, he's lifted back onto the boat. And as he's there and he's panicked and he looks in and he can swear that he sees just like the tail end of a duck going back under the water. And so I'll use a duck.
Oh, okay.
I'll use a duck to,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
but somehow like the duck, the god saved him.
I thought you were a baby duck.
Wow.
Didn't want you to
right.
drown.
That's right.
Oh.
Sweet baby.
Almost
Sweet little
drowned.
baby duck.
So yeah,
Woo!
while everybody was on the boat, when
Yeah.
when Bob and Laura turned around and was checking on Steve,
It's
but
like,
you kind
oh,
of
you're
noticed
all
he was
wet.
there. Yeah, he's so wet.
What happened?
Yeah. Wet.
Oh my god,
eyes.
how cutie.
Oh no.
Poor little wet,
Wow.
little wet mouse.
Okay. Well, Bobby Socks, how was your journey?
Oh my god, delightful.
Yeah,
I,
river
you
cruise.
know, huh?
River cruise.
Yeah, it was perfect. I, you know, had forgotten how nice it was to be out, you know, on the waters again. It's been a long time. I had gone on an excursion years ago, you know, collecting mushrooms as you do. This reminded me of that. And my eyes were drawn to this formation that looks like it's rock, but it had been carved. But the rock didn't seem to have any type of wildlife on it. You said it was a concrete dam, right? That I saw, which is so random. So I just was like, wow, are those maybe some sort of, you know, heavenly force or feature or alien of some sort, you know, that has come down to create this rock formation that we see. I don't quite understand it. Above game here, I'm thinking of like Stonehenge or
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm with you.
or some sort of, you know, formation that you're like, I don't understand it, but it looks spiritual. Or like,
Yeah.
it's like when you found the pyramids, you're like, what god were they worshiping to make this formation?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why. But I am fascinated that there seems to be like a waterfall that goes through it. So I'm guessing it was probably like a shrine to maybe some sort of water god or some sort.
Mm.
I love this. The lore
Mm-hmm.
is great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm absolutely fascinated, and I would love to come back, but right now we're on a mission.
Love
So,
it. I love it.
mhm.
On a mission from Bob.
On a mission from
My
Beth.
mission from
I
Bob.
wasn't ready.
I
Um,
surely was not.
They got a Bob boat. Bob, what's Bob glasses?
Listen, beautifully done. I think you're so round of applause. That's like a lovely way. And we're kind of just sped through, and we're able to just get to the next location. And then now canonically we have these locations that if there is further investigation you want to do, you always can. That spot.
yeah,
I almost
I'm
drowned,
gonna
but I
go
didn't.
through, like,
What
a
was special
spiritual
about
journey
that?
for
What was that
sure.
bridge about, right? Like what
Yeah.
what's that waterfall about?
Where'd the duck go?
As it is getting
Here's-
closer to the end of the afternoon, music, joyous music hits you, and you can sort of see in the distance that there is a long and extended like boardwalk and dock, and this is where the Jeremys live. and you see that there's banners up. You see that there's lights up. You see that the Jeremys are jamming out. There's a big banner that says Jeremy Annual Jamboree, and it seems like there's a big party that's happening. And then you see that underneath the banner it says Theme Masquerade Ball.
Oh no.
And so there's all these Jeremys that are dancing around, and they're all wearing different, like, cute animal masks that have been made out of, paper and stuff. And they are so excited to see you. They're waving at you. A whole host of them kind of runs down. And you can see them, hear them from behind the masks. Y'all are just in time for the Jamboree. Come on. Grab a partner. Let's dance. Come on. You want to dance with me? Come on. Get up here. You're all wet. Come on. We'll dance you dry. And as these mice all dressed up and kind of, urging you guys to step on shore and dance, and the band is kind of like playing. The sun is setting. It's, as you said, the overcast kind of lights kind of come up apart, and we are going to zoom out and fade out on this scene as you're about to
Love it.
We should
enter
have
Jeremy's
freaking party.
Jamboree, folks, and we'll pick this up next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
Bob's, well
God.
done, well done. Wow, what a sesh. So lovely to be back in the studio. Gang, thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Audience, y'all are rad. We love you. Let us know what you think about the show. Get at us. If you're in Discord, message your theories. What's going on with the Jeremys? What's going on with the Bobs and the Steves and the Fumis and the Maxes? What's up with this wild wizard and the opossums? Excuse me.
And what about Bob?
But one of my moms, yeah, weigh in. Elder Bob, is she wrong? Is she a wrongin', or
She's just doing her best based on the information she has in front of her at the moment in time.
It's
Oh.
complicated. What a complicated
Killing me.
mouse. Folks, we'd all like to thank dearly our chat mods.
Yeah.
We
Love
you.
you.
Love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. We also want to thank and shout out our amazing Patreons. Y'all are great.
Yes,
Thank you so much. You keep us ad-free and independent. It's because of you. Yes, you, Patreons, that we are able to play games like Mausritter, and we can enjoy them without worrying about publishing companies or system popularity. And everybody who's listening and watching, you can also join the brave and, dare I say, very good-looking ranks of the Patreons by going to happyjacks.org/Patreon. Folks, let's go around and introduce ourselves and pitch some cool stuff you're working on. We'll start on this side.
Hey, everybody. So this is Bill Roper, and you can find me, I don't know, sometimes online in places at Bill Freakin' Roper. I play every Wednesday on the Severed Studios network in a very long, we're in the 108 is our upcoming session of a huge, originally Netherdeep campaign in the worlds of Exandria, but now we are off in an airship. That's it. We finished the written material, and screw it, we're off script. Here we go.
Can't stop me now.
Can't stop us now. Don't stop me. Anyway, so doing that, doing a lot of other fun stuff. Interestingly, from a home game perspective, huge shout out to my home game crew, which is insane. It's Elspeth, it's Kadave, it's Tyler, it's Kurt Potts. We've been playing since the pandemic. We're on session like 103. The nicest and incredible role players. I have the absolute delight of being their game master. And we are probably 1 or 2 sessions away from the big BBEG story culmination thing. And it's crazy. And they got to defend their like adopted town against a massive undead army and a crazy gnome necromancer that they met in like
Love
the 4th
necromancers.
episode and fooled them all. And it's just been hatred brewing for years. So I'm very excited about that, and terrified that I have to basically GM an entire assault on a town.
You can do it.
And what does everybody have to do?
Not even worried.
So
Not even
Not even
worried.
worried. Not even worried.
but that's super exciting. And I will say that I would love it if everybody that goes onto our Discord, please join us there. And I want to know what your Bob name is. Tell us
That's
your
so
Bob name.
cute.
That would be amazing. So thank you for listening and watching and enjoying our content, however and wherever you get it.
Yeah, oh my
Amazing.
gosh, that was-
Lovely.
So good. Bill freaking Roper. That's right. Incredible. Hi guys, this is at the Terry Gamble. My friends are like obsessed with calling me that this last week. I was guesting on one of their pods. I was like, I know. I was like, because there's an author named Terry Gamble, spelled exactly the same way.
That's
I have
upsetting.
out SEO'd her though over the years, so all good. So that's why I'm at the Terry Gamble and not just Terry Gamble. Anyway, you don't need to know the etymology of how I got my handles on the internet,
But I like it.
but now you
Yeah.
know. That is the big reason why I'm the Terry Gamble or the Terry Gamble. But you can find me all over the internet at the Terry Gamble. You can also find me at Horror Movie Survival Guide. It's a weekly podcast where we talk about a different scary movie every week, every day week. We've been doing it for 7.5 years. And this last week we just dropped our 400th episode.
Amazing.
I still can't believe it. I was like, oh God, we're still doing it. And we're still going to do probably like 400 more. It's just me and one of my besties for like over 25 years. And, you know, we're going to do it no matter. We're going to sit and chat anyway. As long as people listen, that's exciting. And we'll still put them out there for the people to listen. Yeah, check those out. Huge back catalog. We're very spoiler heavy. So
$399, I might say.
you know what? You might be right. There's also some other random content on Patreon and other stuff too that is outside of that 400. So
Dang.
there's more in our universe. We've also guested and been on a bunch of other podcasts. I just was on an episode of Blurty Massacre, one of my other favorite podcasts. Black Nerds That Love Horror. It's awesome. So you talk about the worst movies of last year, 2024.
Rough.
Tough times. I honestly don't go see a lot of bad movies because I wait for people to talk about them first. So it was a challenge for me, but also not really once we got into it. So I was pleasantly surprised. So please check that conversation out there. It's their season opener. I'm so honored to be a part of that. You can also check out a show I do called Horror X. It's the last Thursday of every month in conjunction with the George A. Romero Foundation. Yes, that's Night of the Living Dead, George Romero. This month, we're actually interviewing his lovely widow, an amazing human, Suzanne de Roche Romero. She's been a champion for our show for many years, and so we're excited to chat with her. She's been on Horror Movie Survival Guide a couple times, but we actually do a video interview with her for the George A. Romero Foundation YouTube. And we have a whole season of episodes there. We do the last Thursday of every month. Like I said, it's usually live, 6 o'clock Pacific time. And then I also am out in the community of Los Angeles. If you are local, come check out. I do a monthly karaoke residency at Akbar in Silver Lake. I will put it out there because it's been very healing for a lot of people to come and sing. The last one we did was November 6th. I don't know if you remember that week.
Oh.
But I have it's a very gay bar. I have a lot of very queer, trans, beautiful people that come through. And so we get together and, you know, we sing praises. It's my church. It's pop music. Okay, don't worry. And then this one we're actually doing one this week because the first week of the year this year was January 1st. We figured you didn't want to do a hangover karaoke session, and then the week after that we might have been out of commission because LA went up and did its thing. So we are doing a special this week, and we'll be back the first Wednesday of next month for all of y'all who want to just come hang out. It's I call it the best night for introverts and extroverts to hang out together because it's crafty-oki. It's arts and crafts and karaoke.
Oh.
So yes, there's always a
God.
craft to be done that's no harder than a 5th grader can do. JP, who's my co-host for the night, who is our craft captain, has been running craft nights in LA for over 22 years. So that's everyone's day. There's always crafts at Akbar, but we get together and join our forces together to create crafty-oki once a month together. So I will put that out there for folks who would like a little space. And it's pretty sweet. It's in the back room for those who walk in and go, there's too many people in the front. It's in the back. Okay, so come to the back and hang out with us. Thanks.
Oh my God.
Sorry, that was
So
a long one,
perfect.
but I just
Sound
want
like
to
a
make sure
cool
people
kid on the
know.
back of the
Perfect,
bus,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it is the cool kids on the back of the bus,
Yeah.
but also some of the nerds who are on the front, me, who are like, I can't sit in the back, it's too much.
So cool.
Oh man. Well, you should all go watch and consume and listen and do all of that.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone, I'm Kai. You can find me all over the internet doing a lot of this. This week is a special week where I am in the Champions Cup season playoff for Roguelike Rumbles, which is a in-person Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live show, Battle Royale, that takes place here in Los Angeles, but is also available streaming live on Twitch. And every week, or every month, there is a PvP 4-player deathmatch at the Roguelike Tavern here in Los Angeles. And the winner of that deathmatch then goes to the elimination rounds, which were last week. And then on Thursday, you can come and see me, a Champion of Champions contender, as a Blade Singer wizard in the Roguelike Rumbles, where I could possibly be the Champion of Champions for Season 4 of the
I'm
Roguelike
sorry,
Rumble.
what?
Woo!
What?
Huge.
We're sitting here with an award-winning, about to be champion of champions, hopefully knocking on the Formic in the room.
And Roguelike
incredible.
Rumbles
The
is
champ is here.
audience
Yeah.
participation enabled zone as well, so all of your tips, any of your lovely there's some drinks at the bar in particular if you actually are able to go in person, but you can also influence the game, I believe, online. Tips go towards healing potions and magic items and maybe some resurrections, because I am, again, can't express this enough, a wizard.
Ah.
Don't know how I got here. Actually, I do, but that's a whole other problem. So that's Thursday. On Saturday, you can find me in my usual haunt over on Transplanter RPG, which is an all-transgender, people-of-color-led, dark fantasy actual play series set in a non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. I did it right this time.
Wow.
We are the audio fiction World Cup #1 actual play in the world. And you can find us this arc. Every arc we do a different system, a different game system. First arc was the Wild Seas. Second arc was City of Mist. This arc we are doing a hack of Court of Blades, which is a Forged in the Dark hack. It's called Court of Vampires because, as the original conceit of the show might lead you to believe, there are certain other vampire franchises that do not fit that description, so we have made our own. And it's awesome, and Court of Blades is a good time, and you can find me there playing a urban fantasy cowboy vampire hunter / vampire.
Please give me all the hyphenates that you possibly can. Obsessed.
Doing a lot of messy, very queer things. And then on Sunday, the finale over on Taino Tales of the Doomsayers, where I not only get to play a character named Merrick, he is secretly also Patroclus of ancient Greece, where he is going to try and stop all of the tangled spirits of all of the dead people from the fall of Troy from tearing down a city in the 1980s as a kaiju.
Good luck with that.
Yep. And so you can watch that and all the backlog of the Doomsayers, as well as the backlog of all of my other shows. Check out my links. There's links to all of those wonderful places and all the many things that I have going on. And then I'll be back here on Tuesday.
Woo woo.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
plenty for me. There's
Wow,
more
wow.
all the time.
Hyphenates galore.
I could go on for days.
And I'm Peggy. No, I am as a PB Joey. You can find me on all the
Not the
social.
pigeon.
Not the pigeon.
Not the pigeon.
Nope. 100% less feathers. At least for now.
So you say.
You can find me on all the socials at Feywild, FEYWILDE, or Feywild85. I'm trying to post more on the Instagram because all of the other social media nonsense is going away, and Instagram probably isn't great either. But we're figuring it out. Also on the Blue Sky under Feywild. Not much happening on the public side of things. I'm in a lot of home games, which is great and a lot of fun. Get to start prepping for Fair, which keep your eye on the socials for that, because
yeah.
that's coming up. And hopefully I will get a response about a show I may be doing in April and May, which I'll talk about on the socials when I can talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I really have going on.
What season is this?
Yeah.
The boggers for you.
Oh, it'll be, technically it is my 9th performing season, but I joined the band after Fair of 2015, so this will technically be my 10th
10 years.
year in the band.
Oh my god.
Which is scary and crazy.
So you
to
joined
hear.
when you were 6?
Yeah,
You
know,
know,
the beer right in the bottle.
Yep.
Right, the baby bottle.
incredible. Wow, gang. We're surrounded by so many fantastic and accomplished individuals. Wow. My name is Artem. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me online at Artem directly, as in you can find me directly. Primarily on Instagram. I have a hard-hitting, unfiltered, super duper deep show where I pair food and movies together. It's very sophisticated. It's called Scary Movie and a Sandwich, and is exactly
Delicious.
that. It's scary movies and sandwiches. What they have in common: the layers, the meaning, the hidden messages of both the sandwiches and the movies. It's a good time. I have a different guest every week ish. So check me out. That's on YouTube and in podcast form. I'm also in a game that is, I think the episodes are starting to come out now. Produced by the Emporium of the Wayward Gamer, who rated the game earlier today. So hey, Jay. And I wanted to give a shout out to some cool communities. Story Games LA, you guys are rad. Dead Gamer Society, you guys are rad. I want to give a shout out to my home game, the Mutants Casually Crawling Discord, which has been really cute. We're trying out different things. Shout out to Claimer, who's about to playtest their own original system.
Ooh.
It's called GUG, which stands for something, but I just think
Sure.
GUG is great. And my character's name is going to be Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
wait for it.
it's
Yeah.
huge, you know. Somebody playtesting a brand new thing. It's like I think it's a big accomplishment. So Claimer, very proud of you. And then we've had a couple of newcomers to our Discord, folks that connected through Happy Jacks actually. So shout out to the couple of people who just came over. And I want to give a huge, thoughtful shout out to Happy Jacks Discord user Tiger, who supplied us with the pigeon name of Joey. And to quote Tiger, if you've seen the Good Feathers on Animaniacs, you know that the pigeon is just an average Joe.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Tiger, we salute
right.
you. And as Bill prompted, listen, Happy Jackers, you too can have a glorious shout out on the show. We need names. We need Bob names. We need, oh gosh, there's so many critters on this world. Capybaras, remember?
You're gonna have to deal with
Ladybugs,
ostriches.
Ostriches,
Oh.
otters. Oh my gosh. Really appreciate everybody who's tuned in and who's tuning in. Everybody out there, stay lovely, stay safe. If you're able to, check out Mutual Aid LA and support the fire relief efforts here in Los Angeles. And otherwise, we'll see you next week. And I hope you all stay pretty cool until then.
Dry and
I
cool.
think people are pretty cold on the East Coast. Love you guys.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
warm.
Even
Our
that
next
Arctic
session.
vortex.
Oh,
Siberian
it's
smash.
intense.
Yeah.
So stay warm out there. And you can find all the episodes of all the different Happy Jacks actual plays on Happy Jacks Network at happyjacks.org. And that's it for tonight. Folks, we'll see you next Tuesday. Be well. Mwah, 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 mwah. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.